Welcome back to Camille and Akki.
Hi, welcome to Akki and Friends. Because none of my friends are consistent except Camille.
Oh, thank you.
Camille has the new consistent title on the show.
Yeah. Well,
Greg, you lost
I
this.
have the
You lost it this
time.
morning, Greg.
I just have the time. Technically, has me beat on that.
Camille been trying to beat
But
you here every day.
No, I have my thing downtown, so I'll be here quicker. But he got me beat technically on consistency. I just have him beat on time, but I will take it.
I be mid shower and she be in here munching in the kitchen. I'd be like, "What are you doing?" She done made breakfast and everything. I just be like, "Oh my God."
I don't.
I
be heating up my food.
Exactly. This made breakfast for you.
Yeah, but I had to clarify because you were wrong with that.
What? Did you make breakfast?
Yeah.
I didn't say for me.
Yeah, but you left it open. And you know how you are.
We're twins today.
Yeah, he got us twinning.
Yeah,
he didn't like my shirt. It was promoting someone else.
No. We're not gonna go that far.
So, we're twinning, not by choice.
This is by choice actually, because I saw your shirt and I was like, oh, I have one just like
your choice.
All right, so everybody, how was your weekend? Greg, how you feeling today, buddy? Your weekend?
I'm alive this weekend. I'm alive. It's been a fun few days.
Greg's facial expressions always kill me.
This is why we keep him off camera.
It's the sarcasm for me.
Because his voice will tell you one thing. His face is going to say a whole other.
I love it.
We're sponsored by Houston Sea Moss Queen today.
Yeah. We got
our juice.
Hokaline and Water Island juices. Woo.
Yeah.
Since we're twinning today.
We should have put your
Look,
sign
we're
up.
fraternal.
Oh, that's what we could have did. We could have put your sign up right here. Yeah. Maybe we'll try that
Next time.
We'll try that next week.
Thank you.
Camille, what'd you do this weekend?
Ooh,
Outside of, you went bowling without me.
I did right. Thank you for jogging my memory. Yeah, so my friend turned 40. Happy birthday, Brian.
She gonna
we
answer
went
the phone.
bowling. We met some of his friends from school because he went to TS Pooh. Shout out to TS Pooh.
She gonna answer the phone with the bowling ball in her hand. I'm bowling.
I did really, really bad too. I did really bad. I have this thing with my wrist where it'll go left. I have to really focus. By game 2, but we only had one game.
That's why bowlers wear the little wrist thing, right?
Well, I'm gonna have to get one.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. No one's really just helped me with that issue because it's been an issue.
My aunt, so I used to because she used to being a league.
Because even shooting, I have to be careful and do this.
Yeah, my aunt's been she was in a bowling league. She used to go. She's the one who really taught me how to bowl, golf, and do all the weird sports. But yeah, that's
Those are those little arsenal things in your pocket sports.
Yeah.
It's you good at that? Yeah. So those are personal ones.
yeah, so yeah, bowling.
But yeah, so bowling, and he did a pergola. Pergola.
What's pergola? What's that?
Pergola. It's a pergola. That? Pergola, like a overhead deck thing. Not a gazebo, but a pergola. They're similar. I would say they're distant cousins. But anyway, he had decked out his backyard, got a new fresh slab, so we got to see it for the first time. It was very, 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 very nice. He had the glass rocks with the fire pit that was rectangular, so that was very nice. He had the back wall of the house where the the exit door is for the patio, had a grass wall. He had a mountain TV. He really did his thing, and it had curtains to close it. So really, we don't have to go to the address no more. We can just go to his house.
Who's going?
So we got a new spot. Thanks, Brian.
Going to the dress.
He had the pillows and everything. Yeah, we go to the dress.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
When we go hang out, that's their default.
That's stupid.
It's not.
Who pays for you to get in? You
get
in for
it's free.
No, it's not. They can charge you $40 at the door now.
Excuse me. They charge when there's an event or something. You don't get out, clearly.
I don't be trying to go to these hood spots.
You don't go to them at all, clearly. If you saying all that. But anyway, did that. I had something else.
What else?
Oh, my friend was in town. Melissa from high school. I hadn't seen her since 2005.
Shout
spring.
Out Melissa from high school. Hey.
So
My high
that was
school
nice. She was in
friends.
town. We got to catch up. went to Kiss.
I see them by default if I just go to the mall. How
What?
lucky.
Who?
My high school friend.
Oh yeah, see, my people
One of them sitting
around.
right in front of me, so it's just like, you know.
And he's
They say
just
you
so
lose your
sad.
friends from high school, but you never lost them. You know, always seen them.
He don't want to see you though. It's in his face.
Gray is not here for us today.
He's not. It'd be awkward because everybody can't see what we see.
It's nothing personal.
We try to be like instead.
Oh,
Look. Not my nails though. I was scared to do that.
You know, I started to give you money yesterday. Go give them down.
Yeah, give me a Yeah, go ahead.
No.
Add that to my tab. It's running up. Your tab, I mean.
Greg, what'd you do this weekend?
Didn't really do much, personally. Not that I can remember. No, ain't doing much this weekend. It's been mostly chilled, per usual. Although I did go to this workshop yesterday.
Workshop? What kind? It was a photography workshop, or?
It was a you might have heard this guy, Brandon Washington. He does like media and stuff.
Greg, you always know the names that just trigger me. But keep going.
I don't know these people. Yeah, he had a little thing yesterday, so I went to it, checked it out.
How was it?
It was pretty cool. It was, he gave people, inspiration to go from their passion to profit. That was the name of this seminar.
You'd have done better going to a Tony Robinson event. But continue.
Well, I wasn't aware of this Tony Robinson event, so
And it wouldn't have been free. Was
You
your
can
event free?
watch
It was
them free
free.
online, actually.
Yeah, but you said an event.
You can watch them online for free.
I watched him online all the time. I had a whole year of Tony Robbins.
And look at you. You're
And I'm doing
great.
very well.
I know.
Outside of,
Okay,
my
then. So there you
2-year weird reprogramming.
There you go. Eric the hip hop preacher and Tony Robinson. That's all you need in your life. If you need some motivation, YouTube got them covered. Especially Eric. Eric be flooding YouTube.
Look at you being nice today. I wasn't expecting that.
Who? What?
Yeah, look at you.
Mental health is important, and that is our topic today. I think that's the topic today: is mental health in America, and how America doesn't take mental health seriously.
Do you take it seriously, Akki? I think we have our answer, folks.
Yes, I was explaining today. Cool. So my weekend, yeah. So this is our topic for today.
What is your week?
My
How was
weekend
your
is the topic. Okay, I don't even remember what I do. I don't know.
I don't know. You had your stuff yesterday.
I don't know what I did this weekend.
I can
Yesterday
barely.
was
If you would
Tuesday.
have said what I did, I wouldn't have remembered.
I remember because you was kiki in my face on the talking about I'm bowling.
Yeah.
That's why I remember that.
So you could get off my phone with haste.
What are you doing? Actually, you took up a lot of my day on a phone call on the weekend, but
Oh, that's because
now that I think about it, I had to think about it. You took up.
Planning things with a large number of people.
No, that was
and
yesterday.
Trying to know. It's been since.
No,
It's been since. That's what
I
happened.
mean that wasn't our conversation though.
On Saturday?
Yeah, that wasn't.
I
our
did
conversation.
have to.
No, our conversation wasn't about them. You just
What
said
was
they were
it?
stressing you out.
No, yeah, and then I probably talked about something else, but that's where it came from.
That's what
so
it
that's
was.
what I was trying to say.
Oh, that's where the stress came from.
I was trying to build it up.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Let's do
So, when you try to do trips with a large number of people, I mean, I don't even consider that large, but,
Okay.
people got to decompress, and then you got to decompress from theirs, and, I just learned that I have to better,
We was talking about my weekend, right?
Oh, okay. Yes, you're right.
Okay, that's what I thought. All right, so anyways, my weekend. I went to a kickback. It was.
Oh, yeah, you did say that.
Oh yeah, it was a nuisance. But the night before, they went to a house party, and the guy who threw the house party was there, and I was like, "Hey, you had a DJ?" He was like, "Nah." I was like, "Yeah, hit me up next time." So I'm gonna rock out his house party. I'm gonna try to talk
That's
him again.
good. They gonna
But-
pay you? They
You
can
said
pay
what?
me?
No, I just want to just play around. Honestly, I just be trying to DJ to play around.
You need to get paid so you can pay me.
You said get paid. I do stuff out of love. The money just comes from energy and the love that I do stuff. Eventually, I just get paid for the stuff I do. That's how photography came out. I did it for love, and then eventually I got paid. Videography, did it for love, and then eventually, after choking 15 people, I got paid. I had ran down on this Armenian dude one time.
Pay your debts.
Who I owe debt to?
Me. I told you. You running it up.
Free publicity out of me every day. I don't know why you act like this.
And I be here. So hush your mouth.
Let me see. Then Sunday happened. And I guess this is where our topics begin today. Oh, that's what I did. I really didn't do nothing because I was watching the Ultra live stream all weekend.
Oh, okay. Well,
So,
you went to the party and watched Ultra live stream.
yeah, I watched the Ultra live stream all weekend, which is EDM festival in Miami. And so I watched the live stream of all the like big acts they had and everything. But, you know, I was watching the closing act, which was Hardwell, because he hadn't performed at Ultra in like 4 years, well, 2 years because of the pandemic, but 4 years in general, you know? And so he was closing. And in the midst of watching him close, you know, I'm enjoying myself. You know, me being the film person I am, you know, we'll start with our first topic of the day, the Oscars.
So over it.
Me being the film person I am, I completely forgot the Oscars was this weekend. Why? Because Ultra took over my mind.
Oh.
And because, you know, I mean, it wasn't too many movies that, like, I just cared that they won or got an awards, or too many people if I cared. You know, not Denzel. If Will Smith or Denzel had won the Best Actor award, I'd be fine, which Will Smith won. But
overshadowed.
What made me
But look, go ahead and explain what happened.
What made me even click on the Oscars was Facebook.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Before the incident?
Huh?
Before the incident?
No, because of the incident.
Oh, okay.
Go
ahead and explain the incident.
Because I saw the incident. So Will Smith slapped Chris Rock. If you don't know that, you live under a rock.
Bad joke.
It's not a joke, but it's no.
I mean, like, it was lame.
No pun intended. But yeah, I started seeing this trending on Facebook, and I was like, "Yo, what?" And so I turned on the Oscars, you know. But then I went and found like just the full clips.
Yeah.
Then Greg texted me, and then I was just like, "Oh my god!" I was like, "This is hilarious." I was like, "Nobody remembered the Oscars was on tonight."
No. Oh.
Like nobody. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Until that happened, and everybody's like, "Wait, the Oscars is on?"
It's interesting that you say that.
What?
Because it is cycling around that some people think it's staged, and that just only adds to that. But my thing is if it is staged or was, like, it's the worst staged thing ever. I feel like it makes it even worse than what it really was, than what it already was. But anyway, for listening purposes and playback, Chris Rock was the host.
No,
he's not the host.
He was a presenter.
Huh? What was he? He was a presenter.
Yeah.
Chris Rock was a presenter. He was doing his presenter type job and / comedian type job. And
actually,
he was
so that's where I take a kind of issue.
Wait, I just wanted to play the scene.
Well, no, the comedian piece is where I take an issue.
Yeah, but I just want to play the scene, and then we can talk about it. So he's on there. I'm just saying.
They can go to TMZ to see the scene.
Yeah, but from years from now, you know, you might not really recall. So at least I said it, and then you kind of caught up to date, okay? Without having to do extra work.
Okay, go ahead.
Because I hate watching stuff
like
and going and being like, oh my God, what happened? And then I'm caught up, and then I'm like, okay, I can finish.
Okay, play the scene out.
Okay, thank you. So, Chris Rock was presenting an award, doing his little presenting comedian type thing, you know, roasting people that's like, you know, in the front of the crowd. He sees Jada. She's recently bald due to her alopecia, which I didn't know, and a lot of people I know didn't know up until this event. But, you know, she's bald, wearing a gown that was army forest green from head to toe. And he goes, oh, hey, Jada, love ya. They're cool. Will's laughing. Jada's laughing. And then he says, love to see the G.I. Jane 2 or something about G.I. Jane 2, basically.
I can't wait to see G.I. Jane 2.
Yeah, can't wait to see G.I. Jane 2. And then she immediately rolls her eyes. She's very frustrated. Will's still laughing, calms down from his laughing. Then I guess he looks over, sees Jada's upset. The camera cuts before that. The camera cuts at him calming down from his laugh, and we just saw her roll her eyes.
The camera shows her roll her eyes and him laughing still.
That's what I just said.
Cuts.
That's what I just said.
No.
I backtracked and then I reset it.
Right. There was a moment there that the camera didn't catch.
Exactly. After he calmed down from his laugh.
The camera never caught that, is what I'm saying.
That's what I saw it.
Okay.
You just agreed, right?
I don't
huh, Greg?
Thank
you, Greg. He shook his head. Yes.
Keep going.
Thank you. So the camera cuts, and then we see Chris Rock. And he just like, oh, he saw her face. So he's like, wasn't that back a joke? Da, da, da. And then you see Will like walking up on Chris.
The audience reacted badly to that joke.
We don't know. We didn't see
No, that's what he was reacting to. That's why he's like, oh, it's not
he
that bad. He
saw her rolling her eyes.
It wasn't her.
We don't know that.
It is. You can hear the audience. That's what I'm telling you.
I can't hear what they saying. I just hear loudness.
God. Whatever. Keep going. Because you don't understand.
To be determined.
This. No, it's not.
No, I hear what you're saying. But technically, I didn't see it. Unless I cut out stuff and listen to the audio by itself. Yeah,
if you cut out stuff, just listen to the audio.
Yeah, I'm not a person like you. I can't do that.
The way the audience reacted, they were like they didn't react kindly.
Will was
to the
laughing. Lupita was laughing. Other people.
He said a bunch of stuff.
So I feel like it was because he saw Jada. Because that's what usually happens, where you're like, say something, you see that person, you're like, dang, or the audience. So it's and or. We don't really know.
Because he said,
but we clearly saw. Anyway, let me finish. So, then because I let you try to do it.
Because I don't want to talk. Because we know what happened. That's why
so he went up and slapped. He went up and slapped Chris in the face. Then he walked off, and that's it.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, we ain't had to do all
that.
I
was trying to be quick, but you want to jump in when I tried to tell you to do it.
Oh my goodness, I did it, and you.
No, you didn't. Anyways, you just said that.
I'm not here for you today.
Clearly.
Greg, go ahead. Say what you want to say about the situation, so I can gather my thoughts.
I'll go let you. I'll let you cook.
I'll go after you. Go ahead, Greg.
What? So you want my reaction to it, or
how you feel about it?
Yeah, how you feel about it, Greg? Tell us how you feel. Why we calm down?
I'm fine.
For I have to slap somebody.
It's supposed to be a 5-second little thing.
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, it's one of those. First of all, the one conversation I hate that came from that was this idea that this all of a sudden was a racial aspect to it, which it wasn't. You got two rich men acting a fool on live TV. Well, really one rich man acting a fool on live TV. The other dude just went too far without even trying. And then after that, then you have everybody else, all these comedians, everybody else, most of the famous comedians is like, well, I guess we can't tell jokes no more. Like, no, that's not the case. That was the one of one-time things, and because in most areas, you're not gonna have no one just walking on a comedian at all. Especially if you go to a comedy club, like that's what you expect. Mm-hmm. Most people know you go to a comedy club, you're not going to sit in the front row unless you're ready to get that smoke.
No, that's true.
You come prepared, knowing what you're stepping into.
But Oscars is not a comedy.
No. That's what that's
to roast.
No, it's set those people in the front because they're winning or
right.
They're gonna either
be nominated or they're gonna win an award.
Yeah, but.
No,
it's not. They don't have a choice but to sit in the front.
No, I'm not saying that. No. Coming in.
No. To Akki's point though, this is not a comedy setting. This is the Oscar. This is a more professional type of setting. Now, he's a comedian. Obviously, he's gonna tell jokes.
Yeah.
But, and with that being said,
be mindful of the jokes you say.
Be mindful that people are gonna probably tell jokes about you too.
No, you can't.
They do it all the time.
What is? No. It's not that. Because he could have told jokes about anybody in there.
Exactly.
He could have told jokes about Lupita. He could have told jokes about.
Can Greg finish his thing? Because you're gonna have your turn.
No, I mean the thing is though, and I said this too. Like, first of all, you gotta be careful when you joke with somebody because you don't know what's going on. You don't know.
But doesn't that add to why the comedian said it's taken away from the profession?
No,
because the thing is, obviously, if you're a comedian, you can't have a medical chart for everybody. You don't know what the person have, but at the same token, that's a risk you take.
Because it's not like Jada being bald was something that wasn't trending with like the hairstyle she's had in the past.
I don't think.
Like if I didn't know her being bald,
this is not the first time Chris Rock has shot at Jada though.
I understand that.
Oh yeah, that's another layer to it as well.
He's
been coming here for years.
Yeah, this is not the first time he shot at Jada. This is the first time I think they've been in a room in a while with each other, and he's actually shot at her to her face. And that is the straw that I think everybody's mislooking, right? Because it's not.
Are you done, Greg?
What do you mean? Are we done?
We can go back and forth.
Yeah.
Okay.
So are we done? Learn how to have a conversation.
I can.
This is what real men do.
I was just asking.
We have conversations and drink scotch.
Anyways, I'm good. I appreciate it though.
Talking about Greg, I let Greg speak. It's you who I don't let speak.
I'm glad that's recorded.
Anyways, it's Chris Rock when it comes to Oscars has been in so many movies that it's almost hard to say, hey, you're just a comedian. Because you're not. You've acted in different movies. You've been in you just were in a dramatic movie where you didn't tell not one joke. You weren't a comedian. You were a serious role. So don't pull the I'm a comedian card when you're amongst movie stars. No. You said something, it pissed somebody off, and you got slapped for it. And then I hate the narrative of he would have done that if it was Kevin or Dave Chappelle or all these other people or The Rock or somebody. Yeah. And I'm like, none of those people would have ever said a joke like that. None of them
we would have. Before this.
No, Kevin Hart knows not to say jokes like that. He knows. He knows right now, today, he knows not to do jokes like that because
Kevin Hart has his own situation with the Oscar anyways.
Right. But he knows that. The Rock is not that type of person to where he has to talk about people. And The Rock's not The Rock doesn't do comedy.
The Rock slings jokes, and he's very
Kevin Hart though, because they got that relationship though.
They sling jokes at people. I know they do,
but I'm just saying he slings jokes too.
Typically, when people come on stage and do jokes, they sling jokes at their friends. There clearly is no there either used to be a friendship between Jada and Chris and Will, and there's not anymore, or something. There's something.
If it was a real problem,
there's a backdoor beef.
As soon as Chris opened his mouth to say Jada, they should have had a problem, but they didn't.
I promise you,
they laughed and they were smiling.
People laugh all the time, and Chris, that was the end of his.
Some people laugh. Some people have that. You got me effed up laugh.
Yeah. Because that was the end of his. That was the end of Chris Rock's thing, though. He said a bunch of stuff before that.
Regina Hall came up there and said some stuff about them evidently anyway. She talked about the August Alsina thing. So she was slinging jokes. So it's not okay for her. It's okay for her to sling jokes, but not Chris? Because you're talking about people shouldn't go up there and sling jokes.
Relationship depends on the relationship.
But that's a whole different situation that's been settled.
Relationship. It depends on the relationship of those people.
You were just your argument was just the fact that people shouldn't go on the Oscars and sling jokes. Did you not say that as one thing?
I said people come on there and sling jokes at their friends.
No, you weren't saying that at first. You were saying that it's the Oscars. It's a formal event.
Did I not say that?
No, he just said that people when they tell jokes, they normally cool with them.
No, first y'all said that, and then y'all went to the relationships.
What are you trying to say?
I'm just saying, when you say that it's the Oscars, it's not a time for jokes. Like I said, people come to the Oscars and like some of the presenters and stuff like that, they always kind of throw a little joke in there.
And their jokes are towards people they know, who they're friends with. Their jokes aren't the jokes aren't towards
Go ahead, finish your bit.
I'm just saying the jokes aren't towards people who they're not friends with. I don't Did Will Smith have to get up and slap Chris Rock? Was that right? No. He didn't have to get up and slap Chris Rock. It was the reaction at the moment. That's what it was. There's kind of like a side piece of that's how Scientologists act or discipline each other or something like that,
Is it?
No, it's
what's the joke?
No, that's not a joke. It's like if a Scientologist does something they discipline in violence, quote unquote. You can say.
Okay.
You know, I wouldn't call it violence, but like, what's because it's not violence, but they discipline, physical discipline is what we'll call it. And so they some people are saying like that's why Will Smith got up and slapped him. But either way, he slapped him. You know, he felt some type of way, so much so to where he got up and slapped him and caused a whole scene and commotion. You know, regardless if he was laughing before that or whatever, clearly something struck in him that was like, I'm tired of this.
Okay.
You know, Chris Rock is one of them things that you just gotta take on the chin. Again, no pun intended.
So
shout out to Chris Rock, by the way, for heading on that, because he knew he was messed up, or he was a pro. Like, you know what, I'm gonna keep this going because I'm not gonna make this worse than it already is.
Yeah, really. I mean, he really was very professional, and he
had no choice
at
that point.
He could have chose not to, but he chose.
He could have chose violence.
Yeah, he could have. He could have chose to retaliate because he was physically hurt, and he didn't, hit anyone. So I do commend him for continuing the show, redirecting the show back to what it was intended for. And not letting that get to him, because that would have gave a lot of people a lot of energy and built up aggression to just want to smack the crap back. Run off the stage, jump up. You know what I'm saying? It could have went so many ways.
So funny thing is, like, when I first watched it, I had to replay it a couple of times because I was just like,
right.
I thought it was an actor slap.
I was like, well, that's what I thought, and that's how it looks.
It looked
because the way he threw it, the slap, the way Chris Rock reacted to the slap, like it looked like this was planned. They knew it because Chris Rock even looked
like
Oscars.
It's actors, so you would think
I had to
two
slow
actors,
it down.
two actors on stage. You would think, okay, this is a clearly staged. Then you get the Will Smith and you see his face. He's like, oh, okay.
Right. I didn't even realize that till he sat down.
Especially the uncensored
when
part.
He got off stage, he kind of had
weird.
this. Yeah, he had that like. Yeah, I just slapped this man on.
Yeah, it was all thrown up.
I don't know. It was
the like goofiest slap I ever seen.
It wasn't until he started screaming all the extra stuff he was screaming.
Yeah, like, okay, this is clear real. Okay, because
clearly there's emotion, whether it was forced or real.
Comedians, y'all can still tell jokes. Pete Davidson, watch out, Kanye got hands.
I'm waiting for y'all to be done so I can say my part.
Well, you just say your part.
Thank you.
Oh, shoot.
And I would like
script prepared
my
like
time while I talk about my stance. So yes, I think it was very embarrassing and inappropriate and cringeworthy moment for everyone. I think for the Oscars, for Will's peers, for America, for the Black community, and for the viewers. And going back to what Greg said, it's like, yeah, I don't think it needs to be a black and white issue. But then as a Black person, you should know we don't act like that. And I think that's where we have an issue. But people take it the extra step and make it a black and white issue. It's more like we know better. Anyway, so running through my reasons as to why I thought it was very inappropriate, cringeworthy, embarrassing that Will got up and slapped Chris Rock on the Oscars stage in the middle of the presentation. Off camera, do what you want. But I first start off with being offended versus disrespectful, because looking at the joke, I think it was a very G-rated joke. Now, outside of that, yes, they have issues. Okay, yeah. But is the Oscars the time to get up and slap somebody? No. If Will would have just sat in his seat and just yelled what he yelled, we would have just been like, dang, that's a lot. But we would have understood and we would have kept on pushing. But the slap is what was the issue. I don't really have to go too into detail because we've all been seeing this all week, and I don't like your body language. But
no, continue. I'm just trying not to rebuttal you. That's why
Okay,
I'm
cool.
like this.
All right, then I'm gonna keep going. So etiquette, appropriateness. I think for it to be a formal event where you're getting the highest honor that you ever gotten, as far as like the film industry, and as far as what it stood for and what that night was for like the Black community and stuff like that. It's just like that was not the place or time. And then as far as you being a man, I feel like an adult person should be able to compose their emotions and not let something like that overwhelm them, especially being at such a high event or whatever. And being a professional, you know, you wouldn't want to go to your job and that, because some people like to comment and say, oh, well, they're celebrities, but it's just like, no, like for people who aren't celebrities, if you were at a banquet or some big event where you were being honored or other people being honored and they had a stage, would you think it would be appropriate for if something happened and your wife or husband or someone was offended for you to stop the show and slap them? And like, just, I don't know. I just felt like it was selfish. I feel like it wasn't poised, and I feel like it was disgraceful. Because you should just be able to keep your composure, especially at the level he's at, and especially for what happened. Because I don't think it took all that. Again, yes, feel free to be offended, yell, but slapping someone is just inappropriate. Someone had wrote on Facebook, which I really liked, and I kind of wrote down what they said. But they said, if Will had been the bigger person, Chris would have gotten the heat. If Will had been the bigger person, people would be streaming and rewatching King Richard. If Will had been the bigger person, we would have been able to appreciate the celebration of the Williams family. If Will had been the bigger person, he would not be in danger of losing his Oscar and in violation of the Academy Code of Conduct. And as well as taking, you know, light again from his peers and like I think people talked about Questlove and how he said an amazing speech, and we aren't able to talk about that. We're not even able to talk about best dress or anything that's associated with the Oscars, and that's me inserting. And then at the end they said, God will allow us to be challenged to see if we are ready for the next blessing. Don't fail the test. And and then I guess Denzel said something similar about the devil will always come for you when you're at the top. And I feel like Will failed because he allowed his emotions to take over him and to not think things through, to not see how it would affect other people, to not see how he would look and all types of stuff. I understand protecting, because, you know, he spoke about his insecurities, about wanting to feel like he needs to protect. And I guess people told me about how in his book he talked about feeling like he couldn't be there to protect his mom when he was younger. So, you know, just kind of feeling like he's not able to protect women and protect people. But that's just not the way. And then I am frustrated because I do feel as a woman, you should be there to protect your husband as well and not put him in harm. And being that it seems that Will was fine with the joke because he was laughing. He laughed harder than I did. But when he saw Jada, it sparked him, and like she didn't try to like be like, hey, you know, you ain't gotta do all that. It was just too much. I feel like it caused a lot of harm that didn't have to be done, and it really made Will look worse. Like, instead of him wanting to look like this, I don't know, masculine, protecting, it made him look in a way softer. So that's what I have to say. That's about it.
All right, so let's be clear. First and foremost, nobody was going to remember Questlove's speech. Matter of fact, he should be thanking Will for slapping Chris Rock so everybody knew he won an Oscar. Because unless you watch Jimmy Fallon, nobody, like, that's one of them awards I really didn't know about.
We'll never know. We'll never know.
Nobody knew the Oscars was on until that happened. So, like, it's not, nothing got taken, like, Nothing was taken away from Will doing that. If anything, it brought more light to the Oscars, and more people had tuned in and saw Will win his award.
But that's not what I'm talking about.
No, what I'm saying.
We're talking about. We're not talking about just getting numbers for the Oscars.
I'm not saying numbers. I'm saying nobody was going to be talking about the Oscars in general had this never happened.
You don't know that? Things are highlighted and they are posted.
Will Smith winning an Oscar would have been the only thing that was highlighted.
We haven't been focusing on that or replaying the show.
Nobody replays the Oscars.
No, King Richard. We wouldn't have been tuning in and giving it because
King Richard came out during Thanksgiving, right? Last year?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody's been.
I think you're missing the point.
Nobody was going to be replaying King Richard.
I saw Will's apology.
Have you seen King Richard?
Yes.
Okay. Have you replayed it since you watched it the first time?
No, I'm just saying for the people if I hadn't seen King Richard and I saw that he got an award, I would have been more like, oh man, I haven't seen it, let me see it. Or maybe I would have been like, oh, I want to see it again because it's such a beautiful moment.
If you were watching the Oscars, you've already seen King Richard. I guarantee you that.
You're missing the point. I read Will's apology. And it touched on everything that we all were upset about. So clearly it was he got understood.
Good PR people.
Yeah, and they addressed the things they need to address.
Yeah, his PR people wrote that and he put it out.
Not like that whole they just said this for PR. No, that stuff was just.
No, he said it for PR.
But that was the issues. And it's glad that someone pushed him to apologize for the stuff that he really needed to apologize.
People don't have emotions, and this is what I'm talking about, mental health.
We all have emotions.
But you want people to control emotions the way that you want them to control emotions. That's not how people work.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get slapped.
And I understand that.
People be fighting at the gas station all the time.
That's why it's called
being a celebrity.
No, doing stuff at the right time. Like
there is no such thing as doing stuff at the right time. When we get over that fact in society,
if we didn't have that, we would all be fighting all. Like I'd be slapping you right now. I would have been slapped you 10 times before the thing aired.
You did.
No,
I feel physically assaulted. You verbally abused me before we got on air.
And you physically.
I don't physically touch you.
Okay. But yeah, it's just a time and a place for everything, and that wasn't. So we're not saying that. Shoot, I feel like Kanye.
There's always a time and place for everything.
Kanye got more sense than that.
There's always no, he doesn't. He ran up on
stage.
He done ran up on more than one stage. Like everybody thinks about the Taylor Swift incident. I'm like, that wasn't the first time Kanye did it. It wasn't the last time. Kanye stopped himself at the Grammys from taking the mic from Beck, and just said what he said afterward.
And he ain't put his hands on nobody.
He was about to.
But he didn't. And he got enough sense to at least keep it on topic. It's like, hey, I'm at what is it?
It was on topic. That slap was on topic.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
It was it took away from the show though. Like he was at least talking about the show. Like, hey, I'm gonna get up on this stage because I really feel
it sent a clear message to people.
So
I'm just saying, at least Kanye owns up to his stuff. We already know. We expect that from Kanye, unfortunately. And he don't put his hands on nobody.
From anybody. You should expect it from anybody.
I would think that other people, the way they've been carrying themselves, have more decorum.
That's fake. What celebrities do is fake.
No, it's not. Because I do that every day. I refrain from cussing people out and putting my hands on people every minute of the day.
I'm not going to bring you in personal.
How many times? You wanted to choke me earlier, but you didn't.
I
Why?
To choke you right
because
now.
you got some type of sense.
I want to choke you right now, and it's not because
I got sense. And you're not doing it. Oh my God! Why? Because you know how to control your emotions. Why.
I don't need witnesses.
But Will was being recorded too.
He clearly.
So he lost.
First off, he has enough power and pull to slap somebody and get away with it.
Yeah, but he did it in front of the camera. Even Nene Leakes on Housewives was sitting on a reunion, and she said, "I'm smart enough not to do it in the camera."
Jocelyn beat up a whole.
You're talking about Jocelyn. Class. You have to remember who you're talking about.
Oh,
just like Kanye.
Why is she different from Will?
Because Will tries to carry himself better.
Okay, so don't be mad if a man's mental health breaks.
So I get what you're saying, and it's all well and good, but I think the problem is
we expect too much.
It's that too. But
I'm about to slap you by the end of this podcast. See how you feel about that.
I wish you would.
Keep pushing me. Go ahead, Greg.
No, I think the overall problem for me is we putting so much on it that don't need to be there. Personally, obviously, in a perfect world, Will probably would have pulled him backstage and be like, "Okay, look, man, this ain't gonna happen no more." In the perfect world, he was gonna slap him. He would have done it off camera.
I feel like that's the real world, not the perfect world.
Nah, that's a perfect world. In a perfect world, he would pull him backstage.
No.
But go ahead, Greg.
No, but we don't live in a perfect world, unfortunately. And yes, his emotion got the best of him, and he admitted as such. Yes, he should have done better. Yes, everybody could have done better in this situation. Even people who are reacting to what's going on can do better about really seeing what's going on. So for me personally, I mean, I saw it and I was just like, okay, I don't, I wouldn't done that, but I get it. Sometimes people have breaking points.
And you know what?
And I'm not saying that to absolve him, because obviously he still had to deal with whatever consequences come his way. If Chris Rock decides he's gonna press charges later on down the road, then that's something he got to deal with. That's what he got to deal with. That's his bed. He made it. But everybody at some point has a point to where they just lose all control, and it's unfortunate. It may come at the worst time. It may come at an easy time. But at the end of the day, that person that lose control has to deal with themselves. I ain't gonna bring I lost the personal control early this year, and it was bad. It was horrific, and I still got to live with that every day. Yeah.
See, and
I don't make no excuses for it.
I don't make let me handle that issue. I don't even
no. This is a separate issue. It's a whole separate issue. But
I'd be down the ride, Greg. I don't know why you don't call me.
I'll tell you off camera what it actually was. But no, I had a personal issue, and I went beyond what I know I am, and it happens.
And it didn't feel good, right?
It didn't feel good. I live with it. I still deal with it today.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Like, so Will's going to do the same thing. Whatever happens from after this.
Wait, hold on. No, because you're talking about it don't feel good.
I started talking. No, I'm going to talk.
No, because I want to talk about it.
No, I want to talk right now. You can talk about it after me. So I want to correct and say, to continue with Will and how he's carried himself, that's where this all comes from. Now, outside of that, if he want to look like a hoodlum, he can look like a hoodlum, because it's like, you can do what you want. Nobody has a problem with that. It's just the fact that if you are holding yourself to this light, and we do admire you and like what you're doing and respect you, we don't want to see you do something like that.
That's the problem.
So no. So it's just like that's why we say no. Listen,
we are the problem.
Listen. Because I hold that caliber to myself.
No, you don't.
Yes,
you beat me in the car last week.
No.
I still have bruises on my arms when you punched me.
And
15
why did
times.
I do that?
I don't know. I don't recall what happened before that.
Anyway, so because I had enough.
I just turned exactly. Will had enough. That's my point.
No, and I know
because
I knew when to do it too, and I knew when to do it and when it was appropriate. But anyway, like I'm trying to clear up is the fact that at the end of the day, Will can look like a fool, because that's what he looked like. He looked like a fool. He looked like a man-child, and he looked like a person that does not have control over his emotions. And he jumps at the will of his wife and does not think. If she puts him in danger, then he's just gonna go. He could potentially do it, and she's not gonna stop him.
I hate that this one incident has
no, it's not this one incident, because she is very manipulative and has a lot of narcissistic ways. And this is not the first time he's been publicly humiliated by the hands of her, and then even afterwards continued to look that way.
I hate when y'all use the word narcissist. Like, do y'all really
understand for real,
what a narcissist is?
But for real.
Okay.
So yeah, so honestly, he doesn't have to abide by that stuff. You know what I'm saying? You can bury your own grave. It's just that we're kind of just like, hey, rooting for you, trying to help you. You can listen or not, because it's like, you're in charge of your own life.
He is.
And that's why it mentioned the challenges and the devil will come for you. It doesn't matter if you're famous, black, white, nothing. So it's just like every day we have to choose to better ourselves. And that's the whole thing. You want to look like a fool, you can be a fool.
Let them be a fool. I mean, he
crash and burn.
He did what he did. I don't know why you he did what he did. It is what it is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
we all do stuff out of character sometimes. It's okay. We all do stuff out of anger. We all do stuff when our mental health breaks. I've told you about the stuff I almost did one time, and I had to remove myself.
Huh?
I said I've told you about things I've almost did, and I had to remove myself.
You still do stuff.
I don't do anything.
You don't control yourself either.
I'm calm, cool, and collected.
No, you don't. I complain to you all day, every day, and you still don't listen.
I'd be putting my hands on you right now.
You Chris Rock, but you actually know better. For sure, with a stamp of approval. So you be disrespecting.
Wait, you just said I'm Chris Rock?
Yes. In this
I'm always
situation,
Will
you would
Smith.
be Chris
I'ma smack
Rock.
somebody.
No, because it's like we don't know if Chris Rock knew or not. And that's why I said there's a difference between being offended and disrespected. You blatantly know things that I don't like, yet you still do them. So therefore it equals into disrespect.
So I'll be disrespecting you?
Yes, all the time. But you be thinking I'm playing when I tell you not
so
to.
I don't care about your mental health.
Clearly not, because you have sent me 1,000 times. But because I have respect for myself and because I try to hold myself accountable and do not allow my emotions to get the best of me to a certain point, because I do have a little wiggle room, but I never let go. You know, I have not retaliated in the ways that I know I could because my mom raised me better than that, and my father. So you can thank them. And the Lord.
No, you could thank them because I don't know what you think.
You could.
It's not sweet over here.
Because
it's
if
very
I didn't,
sour.
If I didn't, I'd probably be locked up right now.
No, I'd be locked up.
Well, we both be locked up, but somebody would be dead. So clearly, we both know how to control ourselves.
It's not me who's gonna be dead. Just know that.
That's what you think.
No, that's what you think. I don't know why you be playing with me.
I'm a little quicker than you.
I hate when y'all do that.
I'm a little quicker than you.
You're not quicker than me at all. I don't know why you think so.
I'm a little quicker than you, fella.
You want to run? We can race.
We could.
I beat you.
I bet
I still got it.
Don't Your agilities aren't as quick.
My agilities are very quick.
Okay.
Trust me.
Continue.
I don't even know. I don't even like this comment. I don't even like talk about hitting women. And here you go.
You hit me all the time.
I don't hit you. Stop saying that. God,
live in denial all you want.
Goodness gracious.
By the end of this podcast,
I
bet
protect
you
black
something.
women. That's what I do. Protect.
Half of you do.
Will protect his black woman. I protect black women. Y'all want us to start protecting women? That's what we doing. We're gonna start slapping people on stage for y'all. That's what y'all. You get what you ask for. Don't ask for us to protect black women. When we do it, get mad. Gosh.
Akki might protect women, but Aklilu or whatever the other personality is don't. And that's all I have to say. Oh, well, he might, but he be throwing hands. He disrespectful. You did this, Akki.
Camille, we're gonna have a talk off camera because I don't.
You took me here.
I have to tell you about yourself off camera. I don't.
Well, you know.
Talk about your issues.
This is the wiggle room that I have.
Anyways,
that I talked about.
That's my other biggest thing. You know, there's the black women like her, and then there's other black women, right?
No, you bring
there's
this
the
out.
protect black women, and then there's the Will Smith should never have done that for Jada. The women.
No, I believe in protecting and smacking people, but there's a time and a place.
So he should smack them in backstage?
I said that. He could have did it at least off camera, god dang. Wait for a commercial break.
No, we want to see it.
Shoot.
Our entertainment. We want to be entertained. They entertained us.
Be on some spectrum of like keeping your composure.
Were you not entertained?
No.
That's what my statement would have been to the people.
It's very embarrassing.
I would have never dropped an apology if I was Will Smith. I would have been like, "Were you not entertained?" And then went to my little private island and chilled for like 3 months until everybody forgot about it.
Oh, please go away.
I told you when this podcast moved to the high rise, I'm finding a new light skin.
No, you're not. I was there shooting with you in the gym.
Greg gonna still be here. Greg has been here forever, so therefore Greg here.
It's so funny how you quickly change that.
What?
You started the podcast off praising me, and now you just drop me that fast.
I mean, I also said I was gonna fire Greg earlier, but you know, it is what it is.
Akki and Akli right
there.
I
am. I do. I'll be back and forth. Lloyd wanted to come on the podcast, but I told him, I'm like, Lloyd, I feel like I'm gonna have to fire you. I don't know. Who knows?
Go ahead.
Let's go to our next topic.
Yes.
Greg, let's talk about sports, baby.
All right, some sports, huh? A lot has happened.
You the one who messaged me. Okay.
No. Okay. So, sports. New York has lifted a mandate, but for entertainers and athletes. So the hero of New York, Kyrie Irving, can play now in all the games.
Well, the mandate didn't make no sense to begin with.
Well, that's in a sense, but that's a whole different discussion. But they only did that because the Yankees are playing.
Are you hot?
You sweating?
I know I am.
I didn't came out of character. I'm not happy with it, but I didn't go all the way. But I'm unhappy with my performance.
I'm trying to think if it's feel like we're not getting no air right here. Keep going, Greg. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, I usually have a jacket on, so.
But yeah, so New York made an exception because, Yankees and the Mets season about to start, and Yankees have like half the team not vaccinated, which means that, they put in a call.
Nah, no. So they didn't put in a call. They didn't say, hey, we think. They was like,
no, I know.
Going to.
I know. They put in the call. They put in the call. Anyways, no.
That's like scary power. Like when you can just call somebody.
Sports
and be
teams have a lot of
Yankees
money
in New York. Yeah, of course.
People care about the Yankees.
The Yankees was like, hey, yeah, we get all that. That's fine and dandy, whatever.
But our season started in a month, right?
Right.
You know the locker in it, right? All right, cool. As long as you know.
It wasn't even that. It was you're going to.
Mm-hmm. But
now,
no,
Kyrie the guy can ball again.
Well, he could ball. He can ball at home games now. Still can't go to Toronto though.
You said he can't go to Toronto?
No.
Well, that's because Toronto's in a dictatorship right now. So
yeah.
Canada's in a whole different situation.
Yeah, they in a whole different world, anyways. But no. So when Kyrie first stated that he was gonna take the vaccination, my whole thing was, cool. That's your choice. Everybody got free will. Especially if you didn't take the vaccine by now, you're not going to take it at all. So that's no point in even arguing with people about it. It is what it is. But at the time when I first started talking about it, he went his IG live and made it about the mandate. It made it about the people who will get fired because of the mandate. Right? So my question, once the exception was granted, was to the valid one. So he's going to play the home games or he going to stick to his cause? Because his whole cause was, I'm doing it for the people. I'm doing it for the people. I'm the voice of the voiceless, which didn't make sense at the time.
Well, no, it did. Because it did, because the mandates, New York and California don't make sense at all. But that's a different story.
Yeah.
The mandate didn't make any sense because he was still in practice with the players. He hugging people on the bench.
Well, yeah.
He's still pulling up to the stadium. So it's like...
Wait, and that's what I'm saying. Like, that's, again, I get it.
They played a whole season with no vaccine. Regardless of the bubble, but I was like, Disney, like, there wasn't no bubble, bro. Like, stop it.
But anyways, so that's the whole thing. Like, if he didn't want to, if he didn't want to take the vaccine, hey, that's your life. Do what you gotta do.
Right.
That's your choice. You don't trust it, I ain't gonna argue with you about it. If you got health problems, that's no debating on it. It is what it is. So my question was, is he going to still be about the cause that he stated? Or was it just he didn't want to take the vaccine at all? And so some dude came on Facebook and started arguing with me about how I'm just trying to keep the black man down, how I'm trying to carry this water, how I'm trying to work in overtime to change the narrative. And I'm like, no, this is because I've been consistent about that. Because one thing I do hate though, when people start putting words in my mouth I didn't say. Mm-hmm. It's like I'm wondering something about how I explain it to you, but can I make you understand it? Mm-hmm. Because I was clear from day one. When whoever don't take the vaccine, that's your choice. I got it. I'm good. I'm not gonna clown nobody for not having it. I'm not gonna talk. You're not a bad person about it. I'm good. I'm fine. I have my peace of mind. You got your peace of mind. We're all good. Everybody's happy. So I've been consistent about that part. And so then he started making about, well, you just make he want to do what you want to do. Like, I don't care about what he does. Some dude on my Facebook.
Oh, okay, you talking to somebody.
Some random dude. I'm not gonna put his name out there like that.
Greg be arguing with a lot of people, man. Greg be arguing
over
with
the
me on
smallest
Facebook.
stuff.
Well, I was
And
like,
Greg, you see me once a week, bro?
And that's when I got confused. Cause I was like, this don't sound like Kyrie.
Oh no, Greg was arguing about Kyrie though.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't
Just
argue about it.
else.
No, it was
Greg be putting his foot on the neck of black men, and black men don't like it, and they be like, Greg, why you putting your foot on the neck of black men? And Greg be like, I put my foot on the neck of all men. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm someone that said I'm somebody that's gonna hold you by your word.
That's it. That's why I respect.
So
Greg.
I guess because I had to cool down.
So the rant. This not about Kyrie though.
But no, I was. You had said make sure Kyrie keep his word.
Same energy, yeah.
Yeah, same energy. Cause he didn't get the vaccine, right?
No.
So what energy are you talking about?
His reason for not getting the vaccine was he was in solidarity with the people who were getting fired because of the mandate.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was his reason.
He was in solidarity with them. Yeah.
Yeah. So he did not. Well, you saying
he couldn't play his home games. The rule was, especially in New York, if you are an employee in New York, you cannot work in your building if you're not vaccinated. That's the rule.
Yeah.
And that went for everybody. Yeah. Regular person, athletes, entertainer, doesn't matter. And he was against that, which I understood.
Because they were limiting him, right? He was only able to play home games.
Road games.
He was only play road games.
Yeah.
He was such a part-time player.
Okay. Yeah. So now that he's full-time, it's over.
No.
He's playing he's doing his job, and he still has...
No. They only lifted the mandate for athletes and entertainers.
Everybody not get the... Yeah,
so
there's an exception.
I see the slippery slope.
Yeah, so Greg is like...
They did that on purpose.
Right.
Yeah,
which is messed up.
They did it for the Yankees. We've
That's messed up.
They did it for the Yankees.
Right, which is why my point was...
If your reason puts him in a sticky situation.
Right, because if your reasoning was for the people...
Yeah.
That's not athletes, that's not entertainers...
Greg wants you to stick with the people. Don't play.
But at the same time,
playoffs coming
I don't know, because it's like I wouldn't be mad. Honestly, for me personally, I wouldn't be mad at him and think that he wasn't there for the people, because it's like when he was limited, like the people, he sat in solidarity and he never gave in and got the shot. So now that his stuff's been lifted, he's playing full because they have opened up his industry. Because I feel like if those people's industries were open, they would, work or whatever the situation was.
I see your point, yeah.
So that's why I feel like it's sticky. Because it's like, I don't think it's fair for him to be put in that situation. And either way it goes, he's in a bad situation.
So the problem is he put himself in that situation.
Yeah, but I feel like he's fine. Because it's like he did what he was supposed to do.
How?
Because his reasoning for not wanting it put him in that situation.
But
had it been
he stood with us that didn't want it.
Had it been
Greg, you the only one here vaccinated.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I'm just letting you know.
I don't know if I'm vaccinated or not.
I'm good with that. No, but again, my whole thing is because, all right, I'll bring it back to because even then it's like, okay, what are you doing? Because if you're not gonna take the back, if you're not gonna, I guess my problem was again, it's not keep the same energy. That's my whole thing. If you choose that to be your stance, that's good. But I'm going to hold you to your stance that you've chosen.
Greg, if you want Golden State to win, just say
no.
Well,
I want nobody to win.
Well, according to what you're saying, Greg, my personal opinion is that I think he has kept his same energy.
I think Greg got money against Brooklyn.
No.
I think that's what it is.
Well, that's just what I had to say.
I don't have money on nobody.
You're right. He kept the same energy. Now that he can play because his mandate is lifted, I think he should. Because if it was the vice versa and the garbage men could work,
he gonna work.
He
gotta feed his family. So he did what he did. Now the thing is, it's like, okay, does he have to turn it up? Because now does he need to be like an activist? You know what I'm saying? And just like it's sticky. So I'm not mad at him either way.
That's where I'm at.
I think he should be an activist. I think
that would be.
I think he should still fight. No.
That's where I'm at.
I think he should still fight for the common man. But also play.
Yeah, he would have to increase his energy to do that.
So for me, and like I said, I'm not saying that what he needs to do. Cause I'm not going to tell him what they need to do. If he was doing something like, all right, I'm gonna create a fund for the people who can't work because of the mandate, however big or small the fund is, personally, I wouldn't have no problem with it. He did the same thing for the WNBA players.
But he has done a lot. He did that.
He done a lot, but this is not then. This is now.
Right. He used to be. He used to help the flat earth.
No, I'm talking about for the vaccine thing. Like the fact that he did that during with not getting the vaccine. Like a lot of people appreciate him for doing that because it's like we're not the only ones. Like because unfortunately the way our country is, people don't really take heed until like someone big or money is lost.
Also.
So it was appreciated. And I feel like he kept the same energy, still doing that same energy. Now, for what you want, in my opinion, yours is different, and that's okay. I would think he would be keeping the same energy, but he'd have to increase his energy for what you want.
So, funny thing about, the vaccine and all that stuff, or just, the medical industry in America, I've learned we have a terrible healthcare system. And not terrible from the standpoint of it's bad and hard to get health care, but terrible from the standpoint of, they don't allow stem cell stuff like stem cell what's it like operations and stuff
Therapy?
like that. Yeah, like you got to go to other. If you go to other countries, they're kind of medically more advanced than we are, to where they can heal you of certain things in America that you just kind of SOL if you ain't got the money to go out of country.
Well, there's multitude of reasons why our health system is. Before you even get to that.
I mean, there's one. There's only one reason.
Yeah.
And there's one reason is money. Like, there's even a place, like, I forgot what country it is, but they, like, the doctors, and, like, because all doctors try to stay away from saying they have a cure for cancer, but there's a cancer that they've actually have a cure for. In America, apparently, like, a lot of, like, the research and stuff that goes on, if the research is getting to the point where they're, like, start curing people or something like that, the government takes it over and, like, squashes it.
Dr. Sebi has proven that he's cured a lot of things, but we don't. It's all natural.
The government killed him too, but, you know.
Yeah, but I'm saying, you know, he even proved his stuff for AIDS in the court, so.
But,
so it's a thing. It's just that
we
act like it's not.
I was saying that to say, and this is just really off topic for our topics today, but I was saying that to also say, so I read this article, I think it was like from Johns Hopkins, and it was talking about the Spanish flu. No, it was talking about the Spanish flu, influenza, right? The last pandemic we had before this one. And they were like, influenza never went away. They was like, it just mutated into the flu and all this other stuff. Yeah. And we just continue.
They call it the influenza. They call it that.
We continue to get vaccinated for that.
People do. I don't.
I mean, people who take, that's what I'm saying. People who get, And I was like, I was like, COVID's never going away. It's just going to turn into one of them free vaccines that they give you every year for now.
Yeah.
And so I was like, the whole, you need to get vaccinated BS is truly BS in my eyes at this point. Because it's like, it's never, and that's how I always felt about it. I was like, it's never going anywhere. You know, the other part is the CDC, y'all can go research this. This is their study and not mine. CDC was like, the number one cause of people dying from COVID was obesity, right? And I was just like, you know, me being fat, I was like, you know, oh well. But it's because the COVID attacks inflammation, and you know, usually if you're obese, you have inflammation, unless you got the good CMOS in your blood, like I do. You know,
you do,
because
pre-existing conditions.
Because of my little plug right here, you know.
Pre-existing conditions.
What?
I'm making a great face right now.
but like that's one, right? The other one was the second like highest thing that people were dying from.
What was that?
Was the word is in my head, I can see it. Anxiety.
Okay.
They're dying for anxiety because anxiety builds up inflammation in you also. And so people were stressed and worried and all built up from, you know, being afraid of dying to the point that they end up killing themselves because their body basically killed themselves. And, you know,
they didn't allow their bodies to be able to fight against stuff because they were putting so much negative energy into it. It just kind of
and so they
over.
They thought themselves to death basically, or anxious themselves to, however you want to say it.
That's where a lot of people don't realize it, but that's where a lot of because dis-ease is just discomfort, and it's discomfort in the body.
It is,
and like people, like a lot of stuff is triggered by your mood, like what you carry.
If you can control your mind, you can you know, not have a lot of things and not have a lot of issues. Because your mind basically tells your body how to react, and everything in your body goes off of how your mind is feeling. You know,
I would say mind and emotions, because it's like one, you have like, you know, your mind can race and stuff like that.
I put those in the same. For me, that's
and
like
then
the same thing.
I know, but I separate them. That's all I was saying. Okay. And then emotions, like sometimes your mind is good, but your emotions can be off.
Yeah, but that's my little health tidbit of the day. You know,
you got that from the documentary, huh?
What documentary?
It does go perfectly in our little. But it does go perfectly to what you send us to watch.
Principles of Pleasure. That's where you got that from.
I know you talked about that in there.
Yes, that's where you got it from.
Okay, I was fixing this room as I was watching that, so I really wasn't.
Yeah, it settled good. I'm so glad it embedded itself.
So. Before we can like let me just
that's the next topic though.
Yeah, you know, we get the my whole. I guess.
Wait, you watched it?
Yeah, I watched most of it.
What?
As soon as he said that.
So if hold on, wait. Let me introduce it real quick.
No, let me just finish real quick because my whole thing wasn't about Kyrie itself.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
okay, my bad. Yeah, go ahead.
Because my whole thing was because that's what I told you before. Like, it wasn't about Kyrie because what the hell I'm gonna do with Kyrie?
Okay.
Kyrie don't know who I am. He don't know I exist, right? You know, I can tell him to his face. He's still gonna have the same attitude. Okay, cool, whatever. Get in my face. You know.
Greg, you want to meet Kyrie? I can take you.
No,
okay.
I'm good. I mean, I'm good. Like, it's not that deep. That's my whole thing.
Disgusted.
No, I'm not even about that. I'm good with Kyrie. Like, especially when I like him. He's a baller. Anyways,
He is.
my whole thing wasn't about Kyrie. It was about the idea of people not knowing when to be like, okay, cool, you got it. Wait, let's just stop. Let's not have this conversation no more. We good.
What you mean?
It's when you type
agreeing to disagree.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like at a certain point, at a certain point, it's like, all right, cool, we ain't gonna have no middle ground. It's whatever. Instead of going far, because what people do a lot of times, they go beyond the conversation. Start bringing up stuff that don't even matter.
They jump off the cliff.
They go to one extreme to the other.
I be trying to let it in, but you keep poking me.
They be
Continue.
flying off the cliffs, man.
No, I ain't flying because there's more to go. That's my control versions. I be trying to tell
let Greg
you.
talk. Stop.
Let's stop doing this. This
I
is
gotta
me.
judge.
I be following these tracks. I gotta do better.
Great.
That's okay.
Cool.
Yeah,
Don't worry about
I'm
Chris.
sorry.
Yeah, good. But no.
Are
So that was my whole thing. Like, I just hate that we, especially even with the back to the Chris Rock thing. It's like after a certain point, you have to be able to be like, okay, I think you, as a line, you got to be able to stop at without getting personal, without getting, dramatic about it. Mm-hmm. Because
Keep talking to me.
I'm talking to a whole lot of people in general. No, because the dude I was arguing with, he proceeded to call out my name.
See,
I was just like,
and
okay,
slapping
see,
people.
we're
Can't
good.
slap people and call people out their name.
Well, no, I mean, not talking about. I'm just talking about his situation. He started calling me out my name. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm good now because there's no reason with you at this point.
Ever since I had y'all stop cussing on the podcast, I've been doing better in my arguments and not calling people out of their names.
That was you. Me and Greg didn't have that problem.
Like I said, because I've bleeped you before. So I said.
Yeah, but not a lot. And I knew when I was cussing.
Oh, no, I haven't even. Those past episodes, I edit maybe the first 2-3 minutes. But if you just keep going, it's just in there. I was like, I'm not going to do this. It was just too many. It was too many to try to edit.
You and Will?
All of them, everybody. anything that's not.
Y'all was going off in the early
anything
episodes.
that's not everything post Will is bleeps.
Yeah.
Anything before that is just if it's not in the first 3-4 minutes.
I think you said that weird.
I said everything post Will is bleep.
After Will?
Yeah. Everything pre Will.
But it's not that much blocking, right? It's not that much bleeping.
Nah, before that.
Yeah,
that's
crazy.
What I'm saying. Yeah.
Y'all was.
Yeah, Greg, calling you. What do you call you, Greg?
Oh yeah. See, look, we done got off. I be falling for his tricks. I'm gonna do better. I'm gonna get in the lab and I'm gonna improve myself.
I was just saying,
falling for
my
his
arguments.
Stuff. Whether we going back and forth or not, topics. I'm just falling for your traps.
Okay, shut up. People used to be all types of names.
I'm gonna let that slide.
Yeah, but like I said, that's just my whole thing. We got to do better about.
He called you out your name.
Yeah.
See, you know how to keep your composure, Greg. But I feel like you don't have as much wiggle room as well. Like, I feel like I have a lot of wiggle room. I feel like you got here and here.
I just the way I just kind of look at it is, and we can go perfect into this my stuff. I just know certain things would set me off, and then I'm done for the day. I can't do nothing for the rest of the day.
Cause you gotta just cut it.
Yeah, I just stop it right there before I let it get to me.
Yeah.
Greg is like a volcano.
I rev up. It's like I start doing this.
We cars.
I start doing this.
Yeah.
No, you go straight there.
Yeah, no, Greg is like a volcano. Once he
explodes,
like
he got here and here.
Yeah,
you kind of got here and there, but you don't volcano. You just get disrespectful.
No,
quick.
me and you fire missiles off.
No, you
and
get
then be
disrespectful way
and then
before.
fire missiles again, and then be
No,
back
you
fine.
get disrespectful quick.
So
it don't take
you.
much.
What
No,
you
I don't. I don't put my hands on you like that, and I don't cuss at you, and I don't call you out your name.
I don't call you out
I just yell.
Yeah, that's way worse.
No, it's not.
That's worse than anything I do.
Yell.
Because I'll call you.
You yell, and then I match your energy.
I don't yell at you though.
Yes, you do. You raise your voice. I raise my voice. I yelled at you probably 3 times, and 2 of them was recent.
Before Greg got here and me and you were yelling at each other.
No, I yelled today.
Yeah, I only started yelling because you started yelling. And I was about to flip you over this balcony.
No, that was one of the few times I have yelled. The other times just raised my voice.
You about to roll off the roof.
I get worked up. But it takes a lot to get to that. See? Like, you really... You
think I want you at the high rise?
Push me. I'm going to be there. It don't matter.
They're going to be pulling up.
I'm going to have a key, or it's going to be where I know where it's at. What? Not like that.
Greg, you want to tell her?
Not like that. Yeah, see, he want to be disrespectful and say the stuff he be saying off air.
I'll tell you that one.
Greg, no.
I'll tell you that one.
I'm glad you're able to keep your composure on camera.
Doorman.
What?
Who's here? No, I don't know that person.
Watch your ratings drop.
So let's talk about pleasure.
Yes. Yeah? Intro it.
So on Netflix. I was on really. Let me tell you how I found it. I was on Instagram, and this girl who's technically my cousin was. Greg knows her actually. She went to Lamar with us, but she's technically my cousin. But
what's the technical?
You said what?
What's the technical part?
Because you know how you got them cousins, but they like down the line cousins. Oh. Yeah, like she one of them cousins that, like, if we was like in royalty days or like she's back in like the royal time, I could marry her and it'd be fine.
Oh my god, that's how you think?
You said what? That's how they used to think back then.
Oh my god.
I heard what you said. I got you.
I heard it too.
No. You go with me. I'm not. No, you go with me. I'm not thinking that.
Of all the examples you could.
I get what you mean. I get what you mean.
I do too.
Well, that's what they used to do. But anyways, so she had posted on Instagram like snippets of this documentary. Mm-hmm. I was like, huh, interesting. So I asked her about it, and she's like, yeah. And she told me to watch it. So it's a documentary on Netflix. It's called The Principles of Pleasure. Now, so it's 3 episodes, but they're like an hour.
3 or 4?
It's 3.
Okay.
They're just like the first one is an hour. The second one I think is 40 minutes. The third one is 40 minutes, I think. Now, when I went into watching it, I knew it was about women, right?
I didn't until you.
Well, I knew it was because of her snippets.
Oh, okay.
But the perspective of women it was told from is what started irking my nerves. The more I got through it. Yes.
I thought you liked it.
Because even, you said what?
I thought you liked the series. Because you were like, oh, we got to watch it. And I was like, oh, it was kind of boring. But then I got into it.
Were interesting. And then as I was watching it, I was like, darn, I have to watch this whole thing because I told Camille to watch it.
So you hadn't finished it when you told me.
I hadn't saw the first episode when I told you. And I was just like, oh, I just saw the snippets, you know? And
How much had you watched when I told you I started it?
I saw the snippets. That's what made me interested. Cause I was like, they're talking about a real thing. Let me see, because like this is something in which some of their points are valid, right? We don't talk about sex like that, and like sex is taboo.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's not one of them things that we talk about. Mm-hmm. Especially like for a woman, like for them, they're like on the woman's end. They were talking about like the woman pleasure is always for a man, and I got to think about it, like, yo, I'm like,
work on your game.
No. I was just calm down. I was just from a man's perspective. I was like, yo, we don't talk about pleasure for men though. I was like, we don't. No, we don't. Like we think we do, but we don't. Like everything.
Oh, like y'all talk about it?
No.
Amongst yourselves?
No. No. That's not a conversation.
Huh?
The collective.
Like how that documentary showed like pleasure for women and all that, like all the different, like, oh, sex is for women also and all this other stuff, right? And how to please a woman and everything like that. There's never, like, a man has never, like, how women don't have conversations about sex. Men don't either. Like, I don't know if you, like...
Y'all do, I guess, but y'all don't.
No, we don't.
Talk about
we
it
really, really don't.
Greg,
y'all talk about smashing people.
Greg, you had a sex talk.
Rosters,
you said...
But y'all don't talk about what y'all need to talk about.
Because we're not inappropriate. We're not taught by anybody anything else.
No, I'm just saying y'all do talk about sex. Y'all just talk about it in the way... Y'all don't talk about it how you should, which is like this. Is that what you're saying?
We talk about it how y'all talk about it.
Because we don't talk about sex as I feel like as much as y'all do. Like we don't like necessarily brag and all that. When you get older as a woman, I feel like we do because we're taking back our power. But like younger, like
I don't think it's a power though. I think that's the.
No, because as like they said in the documentary, like it's not. It's okay for guys to be sexual, but it's not okay for girls to be sexual. So as we've gotten older, we become more comfortable in our sexuality.
I don't feel that way at all. Cause who we having sex with? We're not having sex with each other.
Huh? No, what? No, I'm saying like you were saying how guys talk about sex. Y'all always talk about like, oh, I smash this many girls, or like I have this roster where I'm trying to smash these. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But so I was asking for clarity. Like y'all talk about sex amongst yourselves, but y'all don't talk about it in like how you're saying this good way.
Yes, like we don't talk about it in a healthy manner.
Yes,
it's very unhealthy and toxic the way we talk about it, and it's not. We're not taught about sex at all.
No, not in the way it needs to be.
Not in a healthy manner. Not to have a healthy relationship. Not to have like a good relationship with women.
To be a full person, honestly.
Right. And so like I was just like, I got to think about who I learned sex from and all this other stuff, and I was just like, cause like the sex conversation me and my dad had was it was like too little too late.
Yeah.
And it was like a awkward conversation. I don't know. I don't think my dad knew how to, he was just like, so you having sex now, son? And I was just like, I mean, yeah. He was like, you using condoms? I was like, yeah. He's like, okay, yeah, you make sure you use some condoms. You don't want AIDS or anything. He's like,
right, that's the
you don't want a baby.
They'll get her pregnant.
Yeah. He's like, you don't want a baby. You don't want AIDS.
Yeah.
He's like, babies are expensive. I'm like, okay, Dad. I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, all right. He's like, all right, son, let me know if you need some condoms. Okay, Dad. That was the conversation. And it was really hard because I had been caught.
What? Oh, he caught you?
No, he didn't catch me.
Oh.
No.
Who caught you? Somebody asked.
No, I'll tell the story. So we do this 4th of July thing at my aunt's house in Rosenberg, right?
Oh, Lord. It's starting to sound bad.
There was these twins that always came over.
Oh, my God.
One of the twins brought her friend. And her friend was a freak. And, like, I had just, like, her friend was, like, 16. I think I was 14. I think I was about to be a freshman in high school. But I had already been
16?
No, I was going to be a freshman at 14.
Oh, she's older.
16, yeah.
Okay.
But I had already been having sex.
Okay.
And so, especially like that summer was kind of like that's the summer I met Darby. So that summer was just lit for me already.
That was the origin story of your city boy?
Yeah.
Okay.
but she, what's it called? She had condoms in her backpack. And, we like.
She stay ready.
Yeah, we was talking and we was in there playing and we was in the bed and everything. And, like, some stuff happened. And then after the fact.
Were y'all in the room by yourselves?
No, the twin was in there, but the twin got out the bed when she realized what was going on. I know. So after the fact, we were just chilling. Like, we were just laying in the bed chilling.
Y'all was chilling till y'all wasn't chilling?
Yeah, we was chilling, and somebody came in the room and saw us in the bed and then went and snitched to my mama.
What were y'all doing?
We was chilling at that point. We had already.
Oh, y'all hadn't been touching.
No, we had already done that. I was just had my arm around her. We was just laying there.
So okay, y'all was chilling after.
Yeah, we was chilling after the fact, and somebody told my mama, and I was like, "Oh my God!" And so then my mom and then came back there, and she was like, "Akki, come here," and I seen my aunt. She like she mouthed some stuff to me and told me to get out of bed. I rolled over and fell on the floor, and I was just shaking my head. I was like,
fell on the floor?
I fell on the floor on purpose.
That's so dramatic.
And I was just like, oh my God. I don't know. And then somehow my mama found out she had condoms in her bag. And I was like, my mama found out about the girl. And I was just like,
I guess she never came back.
You said what?
I said, I guess she never came back to one of y'all's family functions.
Actually, there's a part 2. But that's for another day. Because we need to talk about principle of pleasure. Because she did come back to one of the family functions.
And they let both of y'all be there together?
The twins' mom came up to me and was like, nah, don't you go over there.
That's good. I'm glad she did that. But she ain't listen. But at least she did that. I give her kudos for that. Oh, Lord.
Oh, man.
Get a disclaimer so that she could deny possibility.
You said what?
To give that warning, air quotes.
Yeah, at least she did that. Some people don't even do that.
They gave her a cover. I told him not to do that. He did anyways.
Teenagers.
But she messed up when she told me she was there. Because I wouldn't even coming.
But you probably would have seen
her. I would have seen her.
Yeah.
But she messed. I was on a hunt when I knew she was there, though. Because when I came, I pulled up. You know, we just. She was like, "Don't go." I was like, "She here?" But yeah, no teenagers. You know, this just stuff happens. I've always been attracted to women older than me, so.
Good for you.
Yeah, that's where I learned all.
So happy for you.
That one summer in PV, boy, never knew lying can get you so many tricks taught.
Huh? Oh, lying?
Yeah, I was telling because the counselors would let me hang out with them and
Let you hang out with who? Oh, you were hanging out with the counselors.
Yes.
One.
and whatchamacallit? I was like going to little parties and stuff with them, whatever, and I was just lying to girls.
What, like off campus? Their friends stuff?
Yeah.
Like their real life?
Yeah, no, like real.
What kind of counselors? When you say counselors, what you mean?
The counselors who was watching us for the camp were college students.
Like the pals?
No.
Oh, you talking about high school?
Yeah, when I was in high school, we stayed on campus.
Oh, at Prairie View.
Yes, and
like
so
summer program.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
Yeah, and so like the counselors were the students, and so one of them I was hanging out with, and like they ain't think I had the
sauce.
It wasn't sauce. I ain't had sauce back then. I just had confidence. They would call it confidence. They didn't think I had the confidence that I had. Mm-hmm. And I was just like, "Oh, y'all think this is sweet?" I was like, "Let me show y'all something," And so, I went got one girl number that lived next to his homeboy, and he was like, "Yo, we thought you just like went off somewhere and pretended." He was like, "You actually went." Old dude had her number in his phone. He like, "Boy, got her number for real." I was like, "Yeah, I was in there chilling with her. What y'all was on?" So. Yeah, that whole summer I learned some stuff because I was lying and telling girls I was an incoming freshman, and I was majoring in electrical engineering. Perks of growing up around the college.
Just setting people up.
You said what?
Just setting people up.
Yeah, now that I'm older and know about the other half.
About girls that do that?
No, about underage sex with minors and stuff like that. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah. Don't do that.
yeah, that's terrible. But that's our America's problem with not having conversations about that. I think we're boys.
But I'm pretty sure you knew you weren't supposed to do that. You just didn't realize how
bad
it was.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that was like. I didn't know that.
You knew you shouldn't have lied.
What?
About your age.
Well, I knew they wasn't gonna sit here and give me time of day if I was 14. I'm not stupid.
Yeah. So you knew, but you didn't know the repercussions.
I knew enough to get.
You knew it was wrong.
I knew enough.
You just did it anyway.
I knew enough to get the draws. I didn't know.
Bad.
I didn't know there was actual legal ramifications of that for them. Okay. So now, like, even with guys though, like girls be lying to, guys.
That's what I was saying. You did what they do.
Yeah.
And get people in real big trouble.
Yeah, but.
Because it's worse the other way around.
If we have the conversation, especially, so if they had the conversation, you would understand that can get, if that got out or whatever, something happened, that could get the other person potentially in
yes,
so
that's
much,
why I said it.
Mess up their whole life. And
yes.
But to the documentary's point, that's why.
The consent part. You talking about the consent?
Yeah, well, the consent and like that's why I appreciate the documentary because I was like a lot of the like stuff they were talking about just like.
Oh yeah, because you've been talking about y'all a lot instead of us, which the documentary was about.
Who, women? Mm-hmm. Oh no, I was talking about my personal experience.
No, I thought we was talking about the documentary.
But now we are.
Okay.
The documentary.
Consent. You was talking about consent.
No, I want to just jump in the documentary. Okay. But consent is important. But that was part of the documentary.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But it's just interesting to me, like, well, okay, so
get to the point.
There's a lot of cis women.
Women
verbiage in here. No, in that
the verbiage. I don't like the verbiage.
I didn't like. That's what was upsetting me. Then they had a trans woman in there. I was like, I'm like, but don't you have a? And I was like, let me leave it alone.
I guess because I thought when I first watched it, because I didn't see the clips, right? I didn't necessarily think it was women. I thought it was just like pleasures of discipline, which, you know, pleasure is for everyone, right?
Oh.
So I didn't even really register that until just now. It's just that I hate women. I mean, cis women.
I hate the
like. Just I'm a woman.
Not cis women. Yeah,
I'm a woman.
I hate the. I
don't need a prefix.
I understand why they're trying to use the verbiage, but I'm like, now you're like, because
It's
it doesn't
much.
matter if you're non-binary or nothing. Like because the confusing part was when you start talking about the body parts, right? When we start talking about the vulva,
The what?
I can't say it. When we start talking about the clitoris and all its parts,
Mm-hmm.
and the little hood that goes over.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Look at you learning. I'm so proud.
Learning. I can like guarantee you they didn't teach me nothing I didn't already know.
You might have just learned some proper terminology.
No, I knew about the Vilova and all the other stuff. However you say it, the little hood. I knew about the hood.
You don't even know how to say it.
I don't.
So you learned something. You
But
learned how to say it.
I know how to push it out my way for sure.
Learning technical terms is learning something.
I knew that clitoris is like, you know, rubbing on the clitoris is almost one of the strongest orgasms for y'all. Now the funny part that she said, she was like, I don't know why women think that penetration is or whatever. It was like one of the like
that is one of the top orgasms for women. Is that what you're saying? Like
she said, I don't know why girls think vaginal stimulation is good or something like that, or like gives them an orgasm. She was like, because I just don't, you know. And I was just like, I think you're not like now. Like she started speaking out of scientific.
Which one was that?
The one with the blue hair. The one who kept saying the one who's kind of
the short hair.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Short, yeah. Okay.
The one who's I'm pretty sure only dates women, but she when she said that, I was like, that's not true, because I know
she didn't
she
say
said girl
she
said there's nowhere
right?
Yeah, she said she tried to make it seem like there's no way women get pleasure off of vaginal penetration, and I was just like,
I remember her just saying like it was one of the lower ones.
She was talking about, she was like, she said there's no way, and I was just like, I know a lot of women who don't like, they like vaginal penetration over having their, you know.
Well, just because it's like, you know why a lot of women like on top?
No.
A lot of women like to ride because yes, you have vaginal penetration.
Okay, you mean like on top of a guy?
Yeah.
Yes, I do know why a lot of
because
women
of clitoral stimulation.
I thought you meant like the other way around. Yeah, no, I know that.
And so because we get off more on that.
Y'all do. Y'all come
vaginal alone by itself.
Trust me, I know. When y'all on top, y'all come quicker and harder. So that adds
to what she's saying. Like, I mean, it's not all the time, but it's like it is lower. It is harder.
Quicker, harder. I know.
Huh?
I said quicker and harder.
Quicker and harder.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Y'all come quicker. Y'all come harder.
On what?
When y'all on top.
No, I went back to vaginal and how it is harder to get an orgasm from vaginal stimulation. That's what I was saying. I wasn't saying come harder. I was saying harder to get.
Are you saying on top when you riding somebody, or like?
I changed topics. So I said I'm about to clear it up. I'm about to clear it up.
Because then you understand what I was saying.
I did. I understood what you were saying. I'm trying to get you to where I'm saying.
Okay, come on.
Because you said, you want me to repeat what you said? So I can tell you I
thought we was talking about women on top.
And then I moved on. So let me rehash. I said vaginal stimulation is a harder orgasm for women. A lot of women like to ride, be on top because of you get double. You get the clitoral stimulation
and the vaginal stimulation.
Yeah, so therefore you get there faster, quicker.
That's what I said.
But then
that's what I was saying.
I know. Okay. And I said that. I repeated
No, I just wanted to be clear. That's what I was saying. Okay, come on.
Thank
now,
you.
The second half, what were you trying to say on the second half?
I just brought it back home because I said that to re-say that it is harder for women to get an orgasm vaginally. So I was saying...
I'm not arguing that.
I know you're not. I was saying it adds to what she was saying. It's not all the time, but it is harder.
She was saying there's no way women... And I was like, I do know women who prefer, the other versus the other, And so that's just... Greg, what'd you learn?
And she said there's other orgasms that I knew about. I just can't remember.
You can get an orgasm just off of your... You can get an orgasm just by thinking. If you just really just thought hard enough, you can. That's kind of where wet dreams come from. So if you just think it hard enough, you can
Yeah, but I was just trying to specifically remember everything. Continue. Go great.
I thought you read it down. You didn't write anything down, right?
Not about that.
You just came in with notes for Jada and Will.
No, I got notes for this.
Oh.
But it's not my turn. And it's just like we're going down the list. That's why I was trying to say I put orgasms different types, and I was trying to remember them, but I couldn't.
I need your list because I can't. The whole thing. Great. So how you feel? You learn anything great?
I mean, I could talk about them.
You feel like you ready for your second wife?
I've been ready. What are you talking about?
Keep going, Greg.
No. I think it just kind of eliminated the fact that we don't really talk about it enough, and because I kept thinking like. I know a whole lot of people who are pretty much in denial.
A whole lot of money.
Because they don't know what's going on. Mm-hmm. And because they don't know what's going on, it causes so much tension.
Yeah.
Within themselves.
Yeah.
Going on, can you elaborate?
So we talked about how like the mind just kind of is a make or break for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. So during sex? No, just in general.
Oh, okay.
You know, but so it's one of those. If you're not it's essentially if you're not doing what you gotta do to take care of yourself, then it becomes a headache for you, becomes a headache for everybody around you. It's just an all bad experience. That's why I say I like a lot of people are like in such denial about who they are, what makes them go, what makes them stop, and once people actually get to the bottom of that on their own, I think everybody be in a better spot because I think it's a whole lot of tension, self-inflicted tension at that.
Yeah, I agree. Because it's like you can't be... Because it's like you were saying, like, in life, you're supposed to be present, right? You're not supposed to be in the past because if you're in the past too much, it's depression. If you're in the future too much anticipating anxiety, you get anxiety. So it's just like, that's in life, like you said. And if you're doing that during sex, you can't be present to enjoy the pleasures that you're supposed to be experiencing.
Right, and that's just by yourself. Then when you try to add somebody else into it, then becomes a whole other thing.
Yeah. I put that on my list because it was just like they talked about the stress, right? And they talked about like how they try to do things to like saying that sex, masturbation can alleviate stress, which I think a lot of people have realized. But it's just like it takes me back to like once you understand, because it's like I feel like once you understand life, once you have knowledge of self and like a lot of areas, you understand that like all energy is never created nor destroyed. So if you're holding on and internalizing a lot of things and you're keeping inside and you don't have a release and whatever that is, then it's just going to keep building and building. And earlier we talked about how people can be sick, because you're keeping all this negativity inside. So that masturbation, having sex is in fact, and they said it, releases the body of stress if you allow it, right? You can't hold on to stuff. But if you can relax enough, it helps you relax. I agree. Especially if you like study chakras and stuff like that, and like Kundalini energy and stuff like that, you really understand it on a whole nother magnitude. And it's easy. It's just all clockwork. I'm just saying. Go have sex, y'all.
I like how
Well, we have kids.
Who has kids?
Listening.
They need to learn about sex.
Protect
That's
yourself.
That's what the woman was talking about. Like she teaches kids about sex.
Yeah, I liked it. So we've been talking about the male pill, birth control pill, right? And a friend of mine was talking about it.
We ain't talked about that.
No, I'm talking about like the world. It's like a new topic. 2022.
Yeah, I've been avoiding that topic.
We were talking about that, and my friend and I were talking about the male birth control pill, and then we kind of got on the topic of like the birth control pill for women, and she was kind of saying like, oh, she was trying to say, yes, about time, like the men, this, and that, and I was kind of going back to like, well, there's a reason why I'm sure.
Hey, don't mark my couch up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure there's a reason why. It was given to women. And then with this documentary, because I never really paid attention to when birth control came out. And evidently it made sense because I need to go back and look it up. But pretty much they were saying like, oh yeah, women got the birth control pill. And then like, boom, with the hippie movement. And I was like, that makes so much sense now. Like, just making things click more than they already were. Just like, they talked about women being able to take their power back because it's just like our grandparents had so many kids because they didn't have protection. So anytime you have sex, you rolling the dice and gonna get pregnant. And what can you do? You know what I'm saying? It's not any
boy, girl.
Exactly, because everybody's pull-up method ain't the same accuracy. But so it's just like I see.
Pulling out like that back then either.
Maybe not, but for the ones that was trying, they weren't. Accuracy.
They weren't good at it.
Oh, like the first season of Bridgerton, when old boy kept pulling out on her and she didn't understand what that was.
She had said, "Oh, my child," and I was like, "Oh, she did get pregnant." I couldn't remember.
She got pregnant because she like forced him to come at her.
Did she?
Yeah.
Force it or she stole it?
No, she forced it.
Oh, she did.
Like she was like on him and
she locked down.
Yeah, and she.
I have a friend that happened to.
But she found because Bridgerton, right? Perfect example. In the first season, right? Sex was taboo to talk about and all that stuff, and so she didn't know about it. Or
they didn't even tell women about it at all.
Right, and so she didn't understand what it was, and so when they were having it, and he kept pulling out on her and everything, and she finally asked, she was like, "I need you to tell me how a baby gets conceived because we've been doing this, and I don't know." And then she was like, she told him what he was doing, and she explained it. Yeah, he's not coming in you. He's pulling out, and so she
did what she must do.
She was like, "Oh, he's been tricking me." He's like, he knows I don't know this. Because, guys, it wasn't taboo for them to have sex.
Yeah, exactly.
But they weren't having sex with, like, the proper women. They were, like, having sex with the, I guess.
Same thing y'all do now.
What?
So, people don't be paying attention who they having kids with. But, I just said that in general. But anyway, going back to the birth control. So, yes, the origins of birth control. And like how I was like, oh man, it gave us power, right? Now we can explore our bodies. Now we can enjoy sex because we don't have to worry about getting pregnant. We're protected. So you can really explore. You can really go out and do stuff and not have to worry about, oh my gosh, or you can't do nothing because you're, well, you can, but you can't because you're pregnant, So that gave me a new understanding as well as, I think there's something else, but that threw me off. It's okay. It'll come back. But I really appreciated how one of the doctors was saying, I think she was a doctor. She mentioned how she had been on birth control for years, and it wasn't until after her second child that she got off. And she was noticing like, man, like I didn't realize the side effects were a side effect and they affected me as much because I never knew that birth control really kills your sex drive. So she talked about how she like just saw like men more attractive now and how she just was able to be like a little more freer. And I was just like, that's some new knowledge I didn't really realize.
Yeah, more energy. Yeah. I knew that.
And then they went into that segment about the hormones, of course, which, we're familiar with.
I don't like how she tried to make it seem like men were more hormonal than women. I was just like, hey.
We're both hormonal.
I was like, hey. No, they were trying to.
Y'all can't. It depends. No. It can.
That's the other piece about that documentary. They were like man bashing. No, because they started man bashing at a certain point.
Did you feel like that, Greg?
And I was just like,
not really.
Greg probably don't see it from my eyes.
You taking it personally.
They were man bashing at a certain point. And I was just like, yo, like.
Where were they man bashing? Say it.
No, they was kind of man bashing through there.
Where? Say it.
When we start talking about the hormonal part, they was man bashing. And then like
they weren't.
They made me have a different outlook on sexual assault.
What, the consent segment?
I guess that was was that the segment? It was in the relationship segment.
Explain.
It was like at the end. Like all of them were talking about like some type of sexual assault experience they had, right? And I was just like,
it happens. It's real.
But it's not like when we got to like talking about like the experience or whatever, like I think there's like
I think you're taking it personally.
No, I'm not. There's a deeper conversation to be had than what they were having.
Yeah, because they didn't go deep into really nothing. They just gave enough. It was kind of like if you wanted the advanced version, they need to make another series.
I think they were very like. They were like very
because they weren't be talking shallow. Forever.
They were like 5 feet deep.
Yeah, because they're very deep and they had a lot of topics to cover. So I feel like you didn't like that topic, but it's like it is a topic for us.
No, I think it was made from a different. I'm not saying it is a topic for y'all.
Yeah, so I just feel like you you were attacked because it was about you.
No, they were attacking. They were definitely.
How you need to explain this?
I said the
you didn't. You just said
I
they
said
brought
the hormone,
it up
the emotion piece, They were
It's
starting.
true.
Oh, whatever. Anyways.
I need you to.
No, it's just okay.
Okay. I didn't have enough to back it up.
Well, no, because I'm trying to think of the whole. There's so much in the documentary.
But you just wanted to talk about the hormones.
No, I said that was just
assaults.
No, the
That's what
assaults
you
didn't
said.
make me upset. I said there's a deeper conversation on the assault piece.
Okay. So what where you feel like we're
because even all of them weren't assaults. Some of them, like one girl was like, I was having sex because I felt like I was supposed to have sex with people or whatever, the people I'm with. And I was like, yo, I'm like, that's how guys, like, we have sex because we feel like we were supposed to have sex with people too.
No one
like,
said it wasn't. It's just our time to shine.
No, that's not. See, y'all be wanting to shine and don't know how to shine. That's the problem.
What you mean?
Y'all be trying to ball and don't know there's a proper way to ball.
Answer.
I'm not trying to control her answer. Because when she said that, she said it in the other context around it was making it seem like she was coerced or forced into thinking that she's supposed to have sex. And I'm like, this is where I come to. Nobody ever taught a man how to like get a woman, have sex.
Yeah, and that's why y'all have your documentary and you tell your point of view. She told her point of view. You can't.
No. It's not a point of view. Is what I'm saying. I'm saying like
that's her side.
No. There should be a bigger conversation with men and women on understanding because that's the.
Do you want to add that to the topic list next week?
What?
If you need it, we can have it.
What are you talking about?
You said you think there needs to be a deeper discussion. We can have the discussion.
Sure, we can have the discussion. I gotta find another woman, but we can have a discussion. But I guess Lloyd would be back next week too, so we can have Lloyd too. You don't want Lloyd back?
I thought you said you was gonna bring another woman, and then you said Lloyd. I'm confused.
Yeah, I said we can have Lloyd also.
Okay.
Lloyd gives us a different perspective.
So two people.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I don't know. But the way she was in her whole like story going down her relationship list and everything, it was like she was portraying the men as if like men were terrible, horrible, or something, and we were like that on purpose. I didn't get that. Okay, so maybe it was just
yeah. I feel like you're just nitpicking at her thing.
Whatever. I didn't like the hormone piece because I'm like, yo, y'all are doing the exact thing that you say that you hate men do, which is talking about like men body science.
Yeah, I appreciate that segment, but I didn't like because I feel like because it's like they said one thing and then they were funny about it because
that's what the whole thing was because they had a trans woman in there. I'm like, yo.
Well, you going off what I'm talking about.
No. I'm talking about them being funny about some of the things that they're talking about.
Well, I'm just sticking on the subject of what you're saying.
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm trying to help you.
We were talking about women's sexuality, but you have a person who's...
Well, you changing topics. Let's
stay.
Okay, dang. Separate.
Say what you're going to say.
Yeah, so, I agree. In that segment, it got a little weird because they said one thing, but then they backed up what I knew, which is unfortunately, we are we do get hormonal around our periods because we do get a spike. And it's just they were trying to say, oh, it doesn't happen because of this stuff. But then when they said the science behind it, it's well, no, it does.
It happens because of stuff. Yeah,
it does happen before that. So it's just we are driven by our hormones sometimes. And it's not a bad thing at all. It's just that stuff happens so we can create life in this world. And that's the beauty of being a woman, and being a female. So I didn't really understand that, but the information was good out, just
I didn't understand.
And then yes,
the
we are not the only. I know, but yes, we are not the only ones driven by our hormones and can get hormonal. Guys can get hormonal too because your testosterone. That was new information for me. I didn't realize that all those things affect your testosterone. I know it does, but they had listed some things I wasn't really aware of.
That's the piece I disagree with.
But y'all are also driven by your hormone, which is testosterone, because just like the Oscars,
we're not driven. That's not hormones.
He got worked up, and he was like, "Protect my woman," and we're not there. You know what I'm saying?
Hormones?
Yes, it's emotions and stuff like that. Is all serotonin, melatonin, estrogen, testosterone.
You see what I'm saying? But when we start talking about hormones, now they're
all hormones.
No, I'm just saying when you start dropping, They didn't go that in depth.
Yes, they did because they talked
No,
about
I mean
hormones.
like they didn't go that in depth.
Yes,
Like
they did.
you see how you just talked about them? That's what I'm saying. Like we didn't go in depth.
They went enough for me to get that. Because they didn't just talk about testosterone, estrogen, progesterone. They talked about serotonin.
Yeah,
they talked about getting excited.
Yeah.
So that they said everything I just said. Honestly.
I'm saying they didn't go in depth. Never mind. Just don't worry about it. It's okay.
Yeah, but it was enough. It's just that I understand they couldn't go deep. Now you think about the trans.
That was like the biggest contradiction to me of the whole thing.
What do you mean?
Because we were talking about women and y'all have a trans woman on here.
But they didn't really talk on that segment, did they?
Yeah, they talked on every segment.
Not every segment. They had times where
They talked on the sexual assault
segment
segment also.
Because there's only 2 of them, right?
It was one.
Oh, you missed the other one?
No, I don't think the black one was trans. I think she's just like a manly woman.
See, and that's where things get confusing. But I think that was a trans woman. I'm pretty sure that was a trans woman.
I know the other one said she was trans. Like, that came out of her mouth. The black one, she never said anything about being trans, and I don't want to assume.
Well,
then
I
that's
guess
just,
I did. I'm
that's
sorry.
just messed
but
up with me.
I have to go back, and I believe
She might have been.
I think she
I
did
have the
say
same
some
assumption
things.
as you.
Oh, you did? Yeah. I just took it as fact.
But even then,
and she might have said some things that did.
we're talking about
it up.
that. But even then, that to my point, it's like
It's
y'all
confusing.
y'all are arguing, talking about some women, and then you start using terminology like cis women and all this other stuff, and then you like.
That's why I thought the documentary was for everybody.
Well, no, so you talking about like women this, women that, and then you got 2 like men who decided they were women.
Well, they talked about trans. Trans was a big topic.
How when trans, like we can't talk about a clitoris and the female anatomy and body parts and then be like, oh yeah, trans women and their pleasures, and it's like,
well, they get one manufactured.
It's not the same.
It's not.
It's not because you can't manufacture nerves.
I mean, they reattach and they
you
detach
can't
and reattach
manufacture
hearts.
nerves.
Do you know how many like nerves and stuff?
I'm trying to explain.
In the brain.
No, it's not the same. It's not.
I'm just saying they can connect nerves. It might be different. Yes.
That can't be man-made.
You don't know what they do. They do a lot. It's not going to be organic.
I'm just trying to let you know. It's not.
You got one?
It's not even going to be
You got one?
It's not even going to be an apple. You got an apple. His is still going to be. His is going to be a Smith.
Do I need to pull up what they
look like? It's going to be a Smith banana.
Do I need to pull up what they look like?
You said what?
Do I need to pull it up?
What? The trans.
Yeah. Because I've been looked this up in college.
Be cool. No,
you know? Because you know so much about it.
I do.
Because you got one.
No.
Okay, then.
I don't have one, but I've talked to people.
It's different, yes.
It's not.
And the thing the people you didn't talk to, they used to have organic vagina. Nobody really knows.
What are you talking about?
You said you didn't talk to people. Who you talked to? Somebody that had a vagina and they went and got a manufactured vagina because they can compare?
No, I talked to somebody who had a penis and went and got a manufactured vagina.
Okay. And they know what a vagina feels like?
I know what a vagina feels like.
As a user of the vagina.
I've talked to people.
Not a person that loans the vagina.
Oh my God. See, this is where the conversation starts to get messy. You know I've talked to women who owns the vagina. I've also had a conversation with a man who has a vagina. Therefore, I figured out it's not the same vagina. That's how I know.
But you can
try to sell me a Mustang, but the Mustang ain't going to be a Lamborghini. I don't care if it got an engine in it or not. It's not the same.
We know that. And we agreed to that it's different.
Okay.
But they still have pleasure systems. It's just not
it's
the
not
same.
It's not the same. That's all I said.
That's what I'm agreeing to.
So then
and
I don't understand what we're talking about.
You don't.
I don't know why you sitting here talking then. Why are we still on this? Back to what I was saying. It didn't make sense to have the trans women on there.
They need pleasure too.
Oh my God.
They're people.
That's not what I'm saying.
They have a manufactured clitoris.
Oh my God. If we're gonna have trans women on there, let's just have men on there too. Let's just
That's
talk
why
about
that's why I thought it was a
no, it wasn't no men
for everybody.
How? And ain't no
I said that's why I
ain't
thought
no cis men on there.
I thought it was because they were there. But then I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, it's just for women. That's what it was.
Which I didn't even realize. I was just like, okay, yeah. I just threw it in. And then you made me realize,
Right, I could go down the list because
they
start talking about
they can be included in that.
They start talking about men and how men tell them about their bodies.
Huh?
I didn't see an issue with it.
You didn't see issue? I see issue with it.
I did too, because when you start talking about men and talking about men tell us about our bodies and all this other stuff, but then you got two people who were men, you know.
I'm not really worried about that part. I wouldn't focus on that part.
Yeah. And I feel like this is like the platforms that's like, you know, it's good because it's like, you know, we talked about the trans thing and I was just focusing on like the sports and that stuff. Yes. But it's like in this category, no, like, you know, it's cool. Because they do, like, you know, that would just be, they don't have pleasure.
They have their own path.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And this is part of their path, which is being human, and humans, have sex. Right?
I don't know. So I'm thankful for that documentary because I have a friend who, like, she's been having a hard time, and I've been trying to, like, help her out. And I was just like, look.
She's trans?
No.
Oh.
She's a woman who doesn't know about herself.
You know, it really depends on your partner. Because it's like, I love that they talked about being in your head. Because a lot of times for us, we do. Like, because we are supposed to look like this and this, and that. And women's supposed to be sexy and this, and that.
Of her partners in the past.
Go ahead and interrupt.
Greg is a rock star compared to them.
Dang, what you saying about Greg?
He a rock star compared to them.
I don't know about rock star, but okay.
He not a rock star. Is Greg a rock star in real life?
I'm not part of this.
Greg, you a rock star?
No.
You get what I'm saying, Greg?
Yeah.
We don't want to, though.
Thank you. It doesn't have to be an insult to Greg.
Why'd you have to drag him into this?
Well, because we knew there was less than me. Huh? I said because we knew there was less than me. So
I'm done with you.
I had to go all the way down.
Anyways.
Right. Thank you, Greg.
Again, not saying that.
To your point.
What you saying? I gotta go. What you saying?
Thank you, Greg.
I'm happy that the documentary came out because I was like, oh, here's something that you can watch that explains to you all the stuff I've been trying to tell you, but it probably tells you in better terms because I'm a man trying to explain it.
Yeah.
Instead of me mansplaining it, right. Here goes some women to help you.
Yeah, but it doesn't necessarily get her to.
It might help her. I don't know. We'll
give her knowledge.
We'll find out.
It hits better when there's someone that's in your same world telling you what's going on.
She needs help. First you have to understand it is a good, thing to show her, but she needs something beyond
well, yeah, I meant a good start though.
Yeah, it is a good start. But having a good partner, like that is so important to feel comfortable.
I'm happy they said that though.
For women to your woman will do way more stuff for you if she's able to feel confident about her body and not shameful around you. So it's like men always complain about us and our feelings and not want to compliment us and make us feel good. Well, that works in your benefit because if you compliment your woman and make her feel beautiful and make her not ashamed of her insecurities, then boom, she's going to perform way better for you in the bedroom. Hands down.
I agree.
So it's just because it's just for those guys that don't compliment, you better start complimenting. Uplift your woman.
Uplift. Yeah, I agree. Greg,
it's leaving? The little things that happens that works.
Greg, you leaving?
Yeah, I got to take off early.
Okay. Thanks, Greg.
Leave quietly. Flip the little thing around.
Oh, yeah, I'll go there anyways.
All right, Greg. We'll see you later.
Yeah, I'll be back later and grab everything else.
Thank you, Greg, for leaving us early. Showing up late, leaving early. Boy, I tell you.
Can't he leave in peace?
No, because he's leaving. I'm hurt. I heard. Look, he's about to cause a big shadow. Look, shadow Greg. All right, Greg. Adios.
Yep.
Be safe, Greg.
Yep.
Come back to us safely.
Who's locking up?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Bye, Greg.
We got guns up here. Bow, 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 bow.
Right enough.
Look at you. You look beautiful on camera.
Thanks, Akki.
You're welcome. So, how did you feel about the mind part, the mental part?
I think I spoke on it. I said that I agree. Everything's mental. If you can't focus on anything and be present, then you're going to miss out. You're going to miss out on a wonderful experience in life. whether that's work, your family, your spouse, your own life, your own goals, and sex.
Did you think the relationship part helped at all?
What do you mean?
Like, just like, did you take anything away from the relationship part? Like, I took some stuff away.
What do you mean? What about the relationship part?
Like, so, like, the relationship section of the documentary, like...
What did they talk about?
The relationship, how to be a good partner. Like, yeah, adding a partner.
That's the part I just talked about? Complimenting your woman?
I mean, yeah, but we can go deeper. You don't want to go deeper?
Where you want to go?
Deep.
That's the biggest takeaway for me.
What, complimenting?
Communication. I can add communication.
Camille, do people not compliment you?
I didn't say that. I'm saying for those, because it's like outside big. I'm just helping people.
Oh, communication, yeah.
Yeah.
I think communication was another big
because
piece.
it's like I only mention compliments to boost, because the issue is being in your head during sex. Women are in their head during sex because they're thinking that the guy doesn't think they're focused on their body. Okay, they talked about the whole thing about spectator something. Pretty much, they had a term for it.
Like when you
when you're not, you're focusing on like
other stuff. Yeah,
like, oh my God, am I making ugly faces, or oh my God, my roles. Oh, I don't know if he thinks this is this, or oh my gosh, like subconscious about a lot of things. Therefore, if your partner makes you feel comfortable, starting with like compliments, like if they have insecurity, saying, no, I love your body, like overcompensating sometimes for some people if they're really insecure. Therefore, it helps you and it helps y'all.
Right. Fellas, always tell them, even if they're ugly, they're beautiful.
And the same thing with women, like boosting your guy's ego and telling him he looks good and like telling him he's doing a good job. It's just like communication between both parties, uplifting each other, and then also like, reviewing it, talking about it. They talked about like, getting each other aroused before.
Have you ever talked to your partner before sex before? Like just any partner in the past? Like, no, I'm talking about like, not talk, but like talked about sex. Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that conversation? Like, did y'all like lay out like what y'all like, or like how y'all want, like reviewing afterwards, talking about what you like, maybe not like. Reviewing during, what you like, what you don't like. What about before?
I was getting there. Oh. And reviewing like before, still talking about the last one, so that's technically before. And then talking about what you want to do or potentially do when the next time comes. All that.
Okay.
You?
I mean, yeah.
Why you look like that?
What you mean?
Why you look like that?
I just don't. Yeah, my
you
sex
don't?
life. No, I do. I talk about stuff before. I try to figure out what my partners like. What people like, what people don't like. I mean, it depends on how I feel about the girl. Like, if I just don't care, it's just like a one-time thing, then SOL. You're going to have a great time.
It does depend, because it's like the comfortability with that partner. If you don't feel comfortable with that partner, you might not be as vocal, because they don't open the floor to be vocal about it.
It depends on how I feel about you. So, like, if I feel like...
Let's talk about the people that you're having repeated sex with.
That's different.
Yeah, that's what we're going to talk about. Repeated sex.
But
because it's like, let's talk about that, and then we can talk about.
I was just thinking. I was really thinking, honestly, at this point. But like, cause like the communication during sex is like so. I feel like it's important, Like, I've had quiet sex before, like where we're not like saying much, but like it's still, even though it's like not, it's like nonverbal, but like
quiet, like silent sex, or quiet, like nobody's making noises or nothing, that kind.
I mean, I don't make noise when I have sex, regardless. So
okay, so you not. So is she not making noises either? So it's silent sex.
I mean, they're making
quiet
noises.
Okay, so quiet sex.
Yeah, it's just quiet. It's not silent.
Yeah, that's because it could be.
No, it's not silent. Okay, it's like quiet, but it's like it's like how do I say it? Like it's like whispering, quiet whispers and stuff like that. It's like gentle.
Like lovemaking almost, sexy sex.
I like, yeah, I mean, we can say lovemaking, but it's like I think each partner is different, because then like I had somebody who's like, they loud.
Yeah.
I've had a couple people, they loud, and that's just I was like, Whew. I was like, all right, cool.
So is that weird for you?
What, loud?
Yeah. How do you feel about loud versus non-loud? Do you, and then within that realm, I want you to answer about loud versus non-loud, and in the form of like talking loud, and in the form of like just sounds loud. Does that bother you? Help
loud?
you?
Like talking loud?
Because you can be loud as far as just noises, and you can be loud as far as just like talking, and a combo. So it's just like break those down.
Just
and
talking. That's not like when we say loud, they're yelling at that point. They're not talking.
But it's talking like vocally,
like words.
Yeah, words. So there's words there, and there's noises, and then there's the combo of them versus like just the opposites. How do you feel about that?
I don't like for me, right? The reason like the silent sex and the whisper sex is like all right, it's because like
I'll say you like that.
Well, I said the reason it's okay is because like I know by your body movements and like your physical reactions that it's good, and it's like I'm a non-verbal person, you know, like through my actions I can, you know, even though I will like whisper in your ear, be like, yeah, you fine, or you know, like.
Okay, positive feedback.
If I'm like on super demon time, I'll coach you through your orgasm, you know, like all that, you know, like. Depending on how toxic I want to be.
Yeah, I feel that. If you Akki, I Clulu. You know,
but shut up. But like I don't know, I felt weird, you know, like.
Yeah, what times do you feel weird? At the loud, you prefer quiet.
Like with the loud, like and like I mean like loud, like. I mean like, it's just well no, cause like.
Differentiate then.
Well, one person was loud, right? But we had.
Loud in what sense?
She was loud, but she was like
vocally?
noise,
no.
not vocally.
So screaming.
Yeah.
Like,
but we talked
loud
about
or screaming?
Screaming.
Okay.
It was loud. I don't know. We talked about it ahead of time though.
What? Don't be loud.
No, no. We talked about her being like we had before we ever had sex. Mm-hmm. We had a whole conversation about how we have sex.
Oh, like what type of sex are you?
Yeah, okay. Like what type of sex we like, the things we do, like
what you are like during.
Like no, like what's okay in the bedroom, what's not okay. Like we had a whole basically a consent talk. You know.
Well, introduction of who y'all are in the sex realm.
Yes.
Okay.
And a whole we had a whole conversation of sex and broke it down and everything. It was like, you know, this is what I like, this is what I don't like, this is how I want to have, you know, this is like the type of sex I want to have, the type of sex I don't want to have.
Y'all pre-gamed.
Yeah, these are the things we can do on my checklist. Okay. These are the things I'm willing to do on your checklist, you know.
Did it get like saucy?
What you mean?
Did it be like sexy consent? Because consent can be sexy. Did it be like, I'm going to do this to you? Like, did y'all get to that part? Or y'all just kind of kept it business-like?
No, we did that.
Like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. And it was like, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, but I also, you know, I was like, hey, these are my no-goes.
Yeah,
and she was like, these are my no-goes. Yeah. And it was like, all right, cool, you know. Like, that was fine. And she was like, I'm not quiet. And I was like, okay.
Okay.
So it was like.
You left it alone?
Yeah, and so that was fine. Versus the other one.
Wait, but was she too loud for you?
What? That one?
Yeah.
No, that one was fine.
Okay.
The other one was too loud.
What is too loud? That's what I need to know. This is how I'm asking y'all these questions.
Okay, so like, because some of these were hotel rooms, so therefore, like, you gotta realize, like.
Oh, time and a place is important to you, huh?
No, cause.
This wasn't the time and place to be that loud. Is that the problem?
No, cause I like. I don't know, like that one. No, because they're both hotel rooms, so one was fine, right?
Yeah, but she wasn't as loud.
You said what?
Because she wasn't that loud, right?
No, I mean she was still loud.
Like, but you said the other one was screaming.
I'm pretty sure the other one could hear. The other one I wasn't expecting to be like that. Like we didn't have that kind of talk before.
So say you weren't at the hotel room. Say you were like on your property and you had acres of land.
Yeah.
Would it bother you?
Probably so.
That's what I'm trying to get to. Why?
But that was like.
It's just too loud for you? Like it's uncomfortable?
It's just like, like uncomfortably-ish loud and like weird.
Would you get comfortable with it?
I don't know. It's maybe the cadence that she had and stuff. Like, I don't know.
What do you mean? She sounded like a banshee?
Like, I don't know.
She turned you off?
A little bit. I mean, but that one, like, that's the one who had other factors too that was turning me off.
Like what?
Other factors.
Like what?
I've talked about other factors
I
before.
Can't recall.
Other factors.
I'm done. I'm so done. I saw that. Okay, I'm good. I'm done. I'm done probing.
So, So like that one, like I don't know, and so I am kind of weird. Like when people yell my name, I'll be like, "Yo, like
You don't like that? That's what I've been getting at. Like I want.
It depends on the
from
girl.
the guy perspective, because we don't. I feel like we talk more about women on that topic more than guys.
It depends on the girl.
If you're into her, right? Like the feelings.
100%. No, it doesn't.
No?
Because I was into the other one. I was just.
No, we're not talking about yelling. We're talking about saying your name part.
Oh. No, the saying my name is the yelling of my name.
Yeah, but we just discussed that you don't like yelling. So outside of yelling, does it just depend on if you like the girl or not?
But I liked all of them.
So you liked it when they said your name, or you didn't? Yes or no?
I think it was the yelling of my name I didn't like.
Yeah, we already know that you don't like yelling.
Because one had
we can chop that off.
Well, one said my name and I was okay with that.
Well, you don't know. We'll move to the next topic.
What?
I don't know.
About my name? No, I mean, like the name, I don't know. It depends on the girl. It's 100%.
Yeah.
It depends on the girl.
We've been on it too long.
It was 100% that. So, but that's part of that mental piece. Like, that mental, like, you know.
Is it? What part
I think
of it?
sex
Help
is
me
mental
understand.
also. So, like I think because that's
them
what.
saying your name is mental?
Yeah, I think that, like, starts to, like, how, talking about keeping in the headspace for sex.
Oh, overthinking?
Yeah, like I started overthinking.
During?
Yeah, I started overthinking.
Most of my
that whole
stuff
thing.
would be like, I'm already there.
That was the first time we had sex too. So.
Oh, okay. I got you now.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. But like, yeah, like me.
What is y'all overthinking?
You said what? I mean,
Yeah, what is it?
The same self-confidence stuff y'all get to. Like,
No.
Am I doing this right? Is she actually finding pleasure in this? Am I actually beating it up? Is she just saying stuff?
I don't know that I ever think. Do I ever really? I don't think I ever overthink that part.
There was one person.
I guess I have confidence there.
There was one person. Well, I mean, I have confidence too, right?
No, but I'm just saying, I never thought of that. I never thought of that as one of the things.
It's just sometimes, like, sometimes you get to like when you know people's past. Sometimes you get to thinking, you be like.
But it's just like I don't really have to do. I'm a receiver.
I think for guys,
so that's why.
Right? And I think for guys, it's more of an ego thing. So we start getting in our ego about it, like, you know. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Like there was one that I've gotten my ego about, and I had like when I got in about it one time, but then after that I was like, all right, cool.
You got over it.
Yeah,
that's good. My stuff is just dependent on my partner. I feel like unfortunately that's because that's the thing of being a woman. Because it's like I'm glad they mentioned like.
But that's what I'm saying for men too, depending on partners.
I know, but I'm talking about us. You said you had your piece.
Go ahead, woman.
Thank you. So yeah, I'm glad they mentioned.
Don't flex. Nah, cause
can you focus?
Can you focus? You flexed up. You was like, yeah, I got these.
Can you focus? Cause I moved my arm.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Y'all's partners, mental mind state. No, you can't do that. Greg's not here to help you.
I was just taking a second.
Breathe in, breathe
I'm good now.
All right, then talk.
Okay. So I'm just waiting for you to not do that. So,
mental.
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to get back on track. This is why I be wanting to, because I get off track so easily. That's the only reason I apologize. Be doing that. It's okay. It just takes me a second.
For the people. You don't have a second for the people.
If every time you talk, I can't get back on track. Give me a second. So, yes, I'm really glad they said that part about women. What part was it? The part about... I don't know. This is why I
kept saying
you asked me a question. That's how I started.
We were just talking about partners.
No, you asked
mental
me.
Mental headspace and partners.
Oh, partners?
Yes.
Oh, yes. So for me, it depends on my partner because unfortunately with women, I'm glad they mentioned that on the documentary is that, you know, we are kind of like subject to our sexuality based on how society views us. You know, like we haven't really been groomed to have the power and stand alone in our own sex, right? To be like, da-da, like this is who I am sexually. Mm-hmm. So it's just like for us, most of the times we kind of let the man take the lead, unless you're just kind of like dominant and you're very, very confident in who you are. And I feel like that's when you get your power back. But most coming off of just being a woman in general, that is the generalization. And it's just kind of like, you know, if he's like this, then you can meet him. You know what I'm saying? Or if he's more reserved, maybe you'll be more reserved. Now, this is not everybody, but, you know, it's a common thread.
I hate
You
this
just kind
like
of follow
power
the lead of
dynamic
it.
you keep bringing up.
Yeah, it's weird. I mean, but that's why I'm glad they brought it up,
y'all
because
don't
it makes
pick
me
us up.
feel
We
like...
pick y'all up.
Huh?
I said, y'all don't pick us up. We pick y'all up.
What do you mean?
Like the power.
Physically?
Yeah, I mean, like, sex is physical.
Physically pick us up? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like, y'all don't, like, when we talk about sex, like, yeah, we are the more dominant person in sex, but...
Yeah, but I'm talking about taking the lead. Like, I'm only going to be extra sexual if he's extra sexual. I'm going to be reserved if he's more reserved in sex.
Oh,
instead
so you're
of
saying, like, you're going to be extra sexual.
Yeah, instead of just
like,
being
you
like,
gonna
I'm
bring it out of me.
sexual and come on, boy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You a
taking
demon.
dominance.
I got you.
Yeah,
Nah,
that's what I'm talking
that's
about.
a whole
We
different-
let y'all, we let the
that's
feet
demon.
lead.
That's
You
demon.
kind of feel the dude out, and then you kind of ride on his wave.
That's toxic
You don't
on the
come in
territory.
and be yeah, but when we in our chapters for the streets, we don't care. So there's that. But in general. Because there are times, because it's like, you know, everything fluctuates. So it's like, if you in the streets, and you in your streets chapter, yes, you're not going to care. You're going to be like, I'm dominating, and I don't care what speed he on, and this is where we're going to go. But most times, if you're not in that season of your life, you kind of just go with the flow. And then if you're confident and found your speed, then you probably just stay at your speed and bring them up. But yeah, most times, it's us allowing the men to drive as far as sex. Which is whack. I love it when we take our power back.
That's not power, that's like, demon.
No, it's not.
That's demon.
No, it's not. Why I gotta be demon?
No, read it. Don't read it out loud.
I was reading that. Why are we talking about this? You could have saved that for the show.
That's no.
I mean, you could have saved that for after.
I'm just, because it's part of right now. That's demon. That's the demon.
No, it's not.
That is.
No, y'all just mad. Y'all need more of that.
That wasn't just mad.
Y'all need more of that. Y'all need to be lifted up too. You, like you said, we need to pick y'all up.
Y'all can't pick us up.
I'm talking about like drive. We need to be like, yeah, lay down. Bend over. I like it like this.
No.
Yes. You look like you definitely need it.
Hell no.
You need it.
No, what are you talking about?
For y'all, Akki needs some help.
I'm always the dominant one. I just want you to know that. I'm always the one who's going to tie you up.
Yeah, you need somebody to dominate you.
No, that's not going to happen.
It should. You should
be,
experience that.
We're just going to be
You
wrestling.
should experience that.
We're going to be wrestling.
Well, evidently you have experienced it.
That wasn't the same thing.
Oh, well, you need to experience it.
No.
Yeah.
Why?
Because,
what's with you? Why you be trying to hump me?
What do you mean?
Like,
I'm not trying to hump you.
Like a dog. Dogs hump people.
I'm not trying to hump
dogs
you.
hump each other to what I'm saying.
I'm trying to get you a dog that'll hump you.
No. You be wanting to try to find some way to dominate me somehow. I don't understand
When
this.
was the other time I tried to dominate you?
You be talking about slapping me. You be talking about I should slap you and I should
That's
do
just
this.
me putting you in your
last
place.
Week when you try to put that verbiage.
No,
that makes no sense.
No, look. What I'm doing is a cause and effect. What I'm telling you, you need it from the gate. You don't need to say nothing. I want them to come out the gate and boom, dominate you. Not because you said something to me and I'm just retaliating.
That's what I'm talking about though.
No,
Why?
I don't want them to retaliate.
You keep trying to do that.
No, I don't want them to retaliate.
No, but
I want them to dominate.
Right,
you.
that's what I'm saying. Why do you want somebody to try? What is with
Sexually,
you?
I feel like that would be a good experience for you.
Oh, just sexually?
That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, okay.
That's why I was like, what do you mean dominating you?
Nah,
I'm just retaliating.
Just out of sex, you be trying to dominate me too.
No, I just be retaliating because you.
That's not retaliation.
Be disrespectful.
Anyways,
putting you in your place, whatever you want to call it.
What else? You done with it? What else you got for it?
Oh, I like that. So I always knew that when we would say vagina, it wasn't the vagina, and I knew what a vulva was. I knew what a vulva was, but I didn't realize it was the. I guess, yeah, I didn't put two and two together. I knew them separately, and I didn't put them two and two together with the terminology. Cause like I knew the vagina is the vaginal canal, and I knew like what the vulva was, but putting two and two together, I did not. So, what you look at when you open your legs is the vulva, and I like that knowledge, and I think that everybody should have that. So if a guy is like, send me a pic, he should say, send me a pic of your vulva.
You know, it's funny you say that.
I want you to say vulva from now on.
It's funny.
I am.
It's funny you said that though, cause like, So
because what you're beating is
no. That documentary,
the vulva.
I know that depends on the position.
But no, you're gonna be beating the vulva,
No, it depends
but
on
you're
the position.
penetrating the vagina.
It depends on the position.
Your base is always gonna be hitting the vagina, the
remember
vulva.
on the diagram, like the clit, how big the clit actually is, like around, like. So
Didn't
like
they
the
call
muscles,
the whole thing the vulva?
No.
Let
The
me
vulva
look. Now
is
you got
the
me
hood.
confused. No, I think the vulva is the whole thing. That's what she was saying. Instead of saying vagina, the vulva, that's the vulva. Because you have labia within the vulva.
I don't know. Whatever.
But I think the vulva includes the clit and the labia, majora and minora.
Look up the vulva. How you spell
See,
it?
this is why it was good. We learned something.
Vulva cancer. You got vulva cancer?
The female external genitals. And those are the external genitals.
Okay.
The vulva is the clit, yep, like I said, labia majora, labia minora.
You got a diagram?
Yeah. So yes, like I said, that's the only thing that's getting beat up. The vagina is what's getting penetrated.
Vulva. Yeah, that's what I thought. No. This is the vulva. These three are the vulvas. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
No, you didn't. You said you tried to separate
The vagina
clit
is
from
different. I said the vulva was part of the hood.
What's the definition of a vulva?
What's the hood called?
What's the definition of a vulva, Akki?
The diagram is showing you.
No, I want you to answer it so we can clear up
vulva.
your confusion.
It says the external female genitals.
Exactly. And what is the vagina? An internal piece. So it's inside.
I got some pictures.
It gets
of
penetrated,
inside.
not beat up. Technically,
I got pictures of insides.
I should. What'd you do? Get us like a little in those cameras?
No, when y'all like split it open, that's y'all's insides. What are you talking about?
It's like the entrance.
What
You'd
you
have
do?
to get
you
like
send
a
pictures
camera.
Like this, you'd be like,
you'd have to get a camera like
you don't
to
spread
get up
your
in
lips
there.
at all?
To get in there.
No, you don't spread your lips to send
That's
pictures?
still like the outside.
That's crazy. No, it's not.
The entrance.
No,
I'll give you the
inside.
entrance. That's it.
You can see the whole hole in it.
Entrance.
You know what? Don't worry about it.
You'd have to get the camera inside.
I'll show you later.
No, I know what you mean. I got a vagina.
Do you?
And a vulva.
Actually, I'm happy you said that because now it brought me back to what I was about to say before you.
Unless you stick the camera inside and take a picture.
On this vulva thing.
That's the picture of the vagina. Now you got the entry of the vagina and the opening.
Yeah. So then we do be beating up the vagina. I'm happy. Yeah. So anyways.
Never mind.
Because you was like, you beating up the vulva. I'm like, no, we beating up the vagina. If we inside.
Okay. The noise from beating up is from the vagina. That makes perfect sense. Okay.
That's the mac and cheese noise.
No, that is...
That's the vagina, the mac and cheese noise.
Yeah, the excretions inside the vagina. Oh, my God. Go watch the documentary again.
No, you watch it again.
Just episode 1. You'll be fine.
They told me I already knew literally everything.
Clearly
episode
not.
1. I could have taught the whole. I could have been in the episode.
Not.
What do you mean? Whatever.
Please. Can we move on?
No. So back to what I was saying.
I mean, from that, yeah. Go ahead.
I was shocked about how many of them didn't know about their lady parts.
Yeah, it's sad.
And then it got me thinking. I was like, do I really know my body parts? Like I was like, do I know my sexual organs? I don't know. I really don't.
Do you know the opposite structures?
What?
Like, we have a uterus. What do you have?
Balls.
No. That's the ovaries.
You talking about the little pee hole I have?
That's the urethra.
Yeah, isn't that like y'all's uterus?
I said I have it. No. Oh, my God. Your urethra is the opening that you pee out of.
What's the little pee thing that you pee out of? It's a urethra.
It's a hole on your penis.
Yeah.
That's your urethra.
I thought you... So what are we talking about? You said uterus, right?
I have a uterus.
I have a
the
urethra.
Opposite?
Yeah.
No, I have a urethra to match your urethra because we both pee. You don't think I urinate?
Now I'm confused.
Yeah, I know.
You done lost me.
So open a book. You have a prostate.
You telling me I don't have...
You have a prostate.
I still don't know what a prostate is.
That's the problem. We were just saying, do you know or you don't? You really don't know. Because you don't... Oh, Lord. I'm going to let you live.
That's what I said.
But I was saying, do you? And you were like, yeah, I think that's what you said. And I started asking you stuff.
So why do they stick?
You need to start getting prostate exams.
You know they stick because they stick their fingers.
I think it's 40 and up.
They be
unless you have family history of prostate cancer.
Because I'm not letting
that's
a
rectal
man
exam.
Finger
get a woman.
my behind.
Get a woman.
No, because then she gonna think she can poke me.
Well, you know what they have? They have take home colonoscopy tests.
I'll give myself a prostate exam.
You just poop on some stuff and you send it in.
That's better. I can do that.
You can do that?
Yeah.
I'm happy. That doesn't count for your rectal exam, but it counts for your colonoscopy.
I don't need a rectal exam. You think I need them in my rectum?
That's colon cancer. But you still got to get your prostate
Colon?
checked.
Oh, my God.
When they go in, so the rectal exam is for the prostate. So unless you can find an alternative, technically you need to check your prostate, especially with our diets and the way we live. So they go in your butt, get you a nice small woman doctor with small fingers. And she'll go up your butt.
I knew I wasn't wrong.
And she'll press.
See, you back to this.
And she'll press for the size of your prostate.
You back to this trying to dominate me again. See this?
I'm trying to help your health.
No, you came over here and did a whole.
Because you was reading, you was in your phone, so I had to get close.
No, I didn't need you to come.
You want me to get closer?
No, stay there. Don't do that. No, what's wrong with you? Stop it.
Small woman doctor with small hands.
I hate you. No, I'm not doing
Should
no
be
small
nice.
hands.
I know a doctor.
Why your hands so big? Now that I think about it. You got big hands.
I'm a larger woman.
I got bigger hands, but still. I'd be mad if your hands were bigger than mine.
Too bad.
I guess it might be good in sometimes. Anyways.
But yeah. No. So yeah, that's a prostate.
Away from Aki's anus. What other topics? Oh,
ureter.
So did you watch? How much of Bridgerton did you watch season 2?
Episode and a half.
Oh,
maybe an episode.
You've been watching the Lakers show still?
I think I'm missing an episode.
The most recent episode?
Yeah, I think so. Did I finish the last one? I don't know if I did because HBO Max on your phone, you have to be on Wi-Fi, which is trash. Oh. You can't watch when you're not on Wi-Fi.
I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I don't be home a lot.
Wow.
Ain't that way? I could download it though. That's my way around it. I could download it and then I'd be able to watch it when I want. Oh. Or you could download it for me.
It was good. It's a good show.
I
read somewhere that Magic Johnson didn't like the show or whatever, or like something about it.
I was wondering.
But
they ain't even gotten to that yet.
What, him?
Well,
no. I mean, all the stuff. So like,
he probably dislikes it for other reasons.
He said he hasn't watched it. He said
I don't like to watch myself.
Well, it's funny because the story, right, came from, I forgot what book it came from, but it came from a book.
Really?
About the Showtime Lakers, right? And the funny part is, like, a lot of their references of how people were, or like just the behavior, were from like people who were around that time, if not the person, And so I was just like Magic Johnson, I'm like, bro, they actually portraying you kind of good in the show, Like, and they portraying you for what we thought you were, what you said you were. Like, you said you at one point in time you had to have sex with 8 women, Like, he said that. He said he didn't get pleasure unless he had sex with like 8 women at a time. Yeah. And I was just like, you said that. Like, you can't get. I mean, but you can't. Like, you can't be mad because they portraying you how you were. You was good. I mean, the dude who played him, like, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I wasn't there. I don't know much about Magic.
None of us. But like, I think he wants to be looked at.
You might keep up with him better than I do.
Well, no, I just think he wants to be looked at in a different light. And
well, it looks like he needs to make his
own. This is why Greg. See, I can't believe Greg left.
You knew this was coming.
Greg, I hate Greg, man.
You knew this was coming.
Anyways, what's our other show? I think Gilded Age is done, so yeah, we're on Bridgerton now. But you said you haven't. I don't want to spoil it for you.
Yeah, because I do enjoy it.
Okay, well, hurry up and watch
Especially the parts about grumpy old men.
Watch it like this week.
What's his name? Jerry West. I enjoyed Jerry West.
Are you talking about Bridgerton now, or which one? Or
I'm talking about Winning Title.
Winning Times.
Winning Times. So I enjoy the grumpy old man parts.
What, the Jerry West part?
Jerry West and the owner. He ain't as grumpy, but he cool. He's entertaining.
I think
they keep it jumping.
Yeah, I think those are accurate depictions of them.
I don't know them, so I can't say confirm or deny.
If you go,
but it's entertaining.
Go look up a picture of Jerry West, and you're gonna just laugh because his face.
I've seen Jerry West old.
Yeah, but
I haven't seen him young.
His grumpy face. He just frowning in the picture. Yeah,
but I didn't know. But some people look like that, but they not. I didn't like.
Go look up Pat Riley's picture.
Pat Riley, that name.
He's in the show.
No, but I'm.
He was the coach of the Lakers. He became the head coach eventually.
Okay.
And then
who?
Pat Riley.
Okay.
And I think he's the president of the Heat.
Is Pat who Kobe had?
No, Pat's who Magic had, and Pat's who
I figured it was too young.
LeBron was the president. LeBron was the president.
Who's that young coach that
Pat Riley was at the Heat. That's why you know Pat Riley. He's part of the Heat.
You don't know why I know Pat. I don't know why I know Pat. I just know him. He's
LeBron, Dwayne Wade.
Don't do that.
The Miami Heat.
I don't keep up like that. That's what I'm saying. It was probably from something random. But what's the name of Kobe's coach? Because I really liked him.
Phil Jackson.
Yeah, I like him.
That was also Michael Jordan's coach.
I like him. Yeah, I do remember that. But I like him. He's smart.
He is.
He really be doing the damn thing.
Yeah, he won all Kobe's rings. He won all Michael's rings.
Yes, but outside of that, well, yes, but when you break down the stuff he says and stuff like that,
11 rings is hard to argue with.
No, that's why I said yes and yes. Because clearly he's good, but when I really learned the stuff that he taught them and how to think and critically, I really like him.
Okay.
Because he's he one of my admired people.
My stomach is growling.
And not just for the accolades.
I gotta eat. What is it?
Bridgerton.
Yeah, but you said we can't talk about it. So next.
I thought you were gonna say something.
Yeah, no. Whatchamacallit? I like how they have some of the on Bridgerton. They got some of the pop songs that be playing.
Oh yeah, they did that last time.
But they have they did do it in the last season.
That's
this season they took some EDM tracks and stuff that I like.
Okay.
And
you finished the whole thing?
It was really dope. Yeah, I finished the whole thing.
Dang.
What?
I was knocking shows down.
I have 2 screens.
I know. I was knocking shows down, but in this little chapter I'm in now, I don't even know how I was doing that.
I work because I work in.
I know how. Yeah. I'm just saying I don't even realize how I was doing that because right now I don't have I can't knock shows down like that.
You got any other shows? Anything? Any other?
I haven't had time. That's what I'm saying. No? I had time and now I don't. I don't have as much screen time. Well, that type of screen time. Thank God. I hated that era.
You got any other topics?
Let me think of any more shows since you asked me about shows.
I said topics.
No, you asked me about shows for topics. Let me think about shows.
Movies. You watching a movie?
I'm trying.
I can't think of no movies outside of it.
I saw Spider-Man Take Home for the first, finally.
No
I liked it. Yeah, it was too many homes, man. Because look, I thought I was watching that one until, what was the one before that? No Way? No. Oh my God.
Maybe the one before that was No Way Home. What?
No Way Home, and then the last one is something. It's too many homes for me.
Home something, home.
Oh, damn. It's 3 homes?
Yeah, because this one.
No Way Home was when he was abroad. And that was the one before this one.
So what was this one?
They're confusing. Because I did think, I was like, okay, he was out of town. He was out the country.
This one was No Way Home.
Then what was the other one? Far From Home?
Yeah, Far From Home.
Okay. See, those resonate the same in my brain. But yes, Far From Home.
You were watching that first?
I was watching that and I thought it was a new one. Because I didn't realize Zendaya was in multiple ones.
She's in all 3.
Yeah. I didn't realize that because I was not keeping up.
Because
Spider-Man, I need to watch Homecoming.
Okay.
So I watched Far From Home, the second one, and I was like, why are they talking about Thanos and half of the population dying? That was so long ago. And then I just continued watching. And then I was like, it got to the end. And the whole time I was like, where's Tobey Maguire? I thought they said the other Spider-Mans were in here. And then I realized it was the second one. So then I was like, oh, the little thing I hadn't released the new, because it was still fresh. So I finally watched it and it was nice. I enjoyed it. Yeah, no complaints. I thought it was cool. I didn't have any expectations. That's when I like to watch stuff when I have no expectations because I can actually absorb what they intended me to have versus I don't really like premieres. I don't really like, what do they call it? Previews. Trailers. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. Trailers. Because I feel like they should, these days, right? Or maybe because I'm older and have more knowledge. Who knows? I feel like they spoil the film. They put the top scenes in the film. So then when it gets good, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that from the trailer. Versus back in the day, I feel like the movie still had so many good other parts that it didn't even matter. But somewhere in the middle, fell off. And I had to stop. And I realized, so because of that, it's just like, I felt like they were overhyping movies. So when I watched it, I was like, dang, I don't even see what they saw.
You think you're mental? Like, you think mentally you're like, how would you say mentally? Like you are with that?
With what? Like in general, life?
No, like just like is it a mental thing? Like you can't watch it because like mentally it's like
I can easily figure things out. Yeah.
You don't like that?
I like that I have that capability. It's a strong thing. I'm very happy with my wit and my critical thinking, analysis, and all that. But when it does come to certain things, it does kind of like, that's why I don't watch those things. And emotionally, because it's like, if you hype it, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah. So I have a high bar expectation, I guess. So if you say it's really good, I guess my really good is gonna be like outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't meet that, then, because I watched it and I heard that they got really close, or they beat the gross for Avatar.
Yeah, I think they got close. I don't think they beat it.
Yeah, and do I think of that as far as like the film? No, but do I understand why it grossed that much? Yes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get you.
Yeah, so it's just like Avatar got that because it was a great, thought-provoking, laid out graphics film. What? I can see why people say that. That's what they say, and I can't disagree.
I mean, for the time, yeah, sure, but
you have to go back in the times,
like,
because that's when the numbers came.
When did Avatar come out? Like 20?
Shoot, long time ago.
2011, something like that.
Was it? I feel like it was sooner than that.
2012.
You look it up. I need to look it up.
Avatar came out like
before the time, like it was a really, they put a lot of,
I knew it was somewhere in there.
They put a lot of,
some of these
work
movies
into
are
that.
based off the women who are.
And just like as for this, it wasn't. It's just that it had all the first it was COVID, second it had all all the Spider-Mans in it, and it was COVID. Not taken away from them, but I feel like the reasons as to why they're grossing are different categories. Highly grossed.
I feel you, I guess.
You look like you done.
I am. I want to talk about more mental health stuff, but
okay, let's talk about it. That's what I like.
That's what I was trying to get to, and
I was trying to ask you.
I don't know how questions. We got to grossing Spider-Man.
You asked me about movies, and I started talking about it.
No, I was just like mentally. I was asking you like on your mental state, but
that's what I asked you. I thought I did it in regards to the movie.
We'll come have a whole mental health episode.
Okay, cool.
That's fine. So what are we doing next week? We're gonna do the next week. You gonna find us another girl?
What are we talking about? Mental health next week?
No, you said you want to.
What are we talking about next week?
You want to have a deeper talk.
No, you want to have a deeper talk.
Yeah.
And I was giving you a solution for your problem.
All right. Yeah.
I didn't say I wanted.
I said we'll talk about it later. We'll figure it out.
Why are you touching me?
All right. Oh my God. Here we go again. Can I close out the phone? Can I close it out? Thank you guys for coming to see us here on Akki and Friends, because none of my friends are consistent except Camille. She has forced me to add that. She's actually holding me hostage.
It's not funny when you do it.
I didn't say it was.
And your energy is super low.
Okay, you close this out. Let me see you do it. Come on.
Thanks. Bye.
I hate you. I do. Goodbye.